Holy shit, Kelly. Get out of my fucking head.
This is Mystery Titan
seen this
Theater, the
Nope.
best opening to date that we've had. My name is Travis Voloshin, and that voice you heard with our new, we're going to put it on t-shirts, I think, is your buddy and mine, Johnny Hedgebeth. Johnny, how are you?
I'm doing good. And Kelly, I was just putting some stuff together the other day for future shows, and I was like, ooh,
Yeah.
Central States. That's good and awful.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, we
Maybe,
shall
maybe
see.
not.
Because yeah, this playlist is put together by the Chief J historian, the Ken Burns of Wrestling, the third brainbuster, Kelly Nelson. Kelly, how are you?
Doing great. Yeah, I've had this one bookmarked for a long time.
All
It's
right, tell me
one of
all
the
about it.
rare Kansas City Central States shows out there from this time period, 1980.
Right.
Oh, well, the one we'll be experiencing in coming months is 1986.
Yeah,
So,
I've seen some of those years ago. They're pretty wretched.
oh yeah, I watched a little. Hey, I watched. And I'll tease it. We'll see this in the future. The worst Harley race match I ever saw. Harley Race
Right.
versus Bulldog Bob Brown.
Oh,
I
count me
couldn't
in.
Yeah.
believe how bad it was. It was shocking.
Here's
Yeah,
our
well,
first beer
Bulldog
of the
Bob Brown.
night.
Nice.
Kevin is Phillips. It's all Canadian tonight, of
Yeah.
course, of course.
Yes, that's what I
This
have
is
too.
on Vancouver Island. We mentioned them before. It's the Dino Sour Power Watermelon Smash. My first sour of the night at 7%. So kick me in the
Oh yeah, well
ass.
I can top you. This is 9%.
Ah.
This is a Phillips. It's I've never seen these before. I got them in Victoria. 568 milliliter cans, the extra
I've seen
large,
them. Yeah,
the Gorilla, what are they
I
called?
think it
Gorilla
was.
Mood, I think.
Yeah, it was sitting right next to Dinosaur. I saw
Yeah, so I
it.
got 4 of those bad boys.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I have another one later that's 9.5. So
See you on the other side, Ray.
yeah, maybe. That's all I got. I just have those 2. I may have to dip into the wine
All right, so
later.
who are we
Uh-oh.
opening with here?
This I just
Well,
wrote this down.
that's a
It's
good
the
question.
Beast. The
Yes.
Beast versus Takachiho, and I have no idea who either of these gentlemen are.
Well, I believe Takachiyo is the future Great Kabuki.
Really?
I
Wow.
think so. Yeah, I just have to get this because I think
And
the
he's got
card
hair.
is on. It's on
Oh,
the
you see-
video.
He's
The list.
he's starting to go bald. Okay.
Yeah, the Beast could be the Beast, from Canada, one of the brother of Leo Burke, the Cormier family.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure.
Kevin saying you Canadians and you milliliters.
Mhm. Yeah, I know. Well, hey, don't knock the metric system until you try it.
I remember when we tried to try it in this country and just
Oh,
didn't.
yeah. Was there a trial period?
When I was a kid. In
I
the
remember
70s.
hearing it was really heated. Yeah.
Huh.
In the
It's
70s.
really
Yeah.
not that. It's all I've ever known, so I can't really.
Well, I remember they taught it. We were being taught it in elementary school, and nobody was complaining or everything. We're like, all right, this is what it is now, and then it just didn't take, except for soda.
That's weird. Yeah.
It's
Well,
funny.
there's a few
we
things
keep
that
we
use
keep
references.
pounds. We keep pounds. Like we measure things in pounds.
I mean, yeah, but officially it's supposed to be kilograms.
supposed to be kilograms.
Oh,
It
I'm
is
sorry,
on
It is
your
and
on your,
driver's
drugs.
license.
on your
And
driver's license.
and
Drugs,
cocaine.
yes, of course.
And cocaine.
And height is supposed to be in centimeters, but we use usually feet and inches when we're just
Right.
talking about it. And it's common to say miles, 100 miles an hour,
Yeah.
like, even though, of course, we don't use miles.
Like it was
officially.
beaten into my head that a gram is the weight of a paperclip. That was beaten into my head as a child.
So this is the future Great Kabuki to confirm.
Yeah. Kevin confirmed.
February
On Cage Match,
1980.
which I wonder if if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be Parm. Well, because I've officially been in I was in the Rumble pack for Boom.
Yes.
Somebody could make a cage match page for me.
Yeah.
Underneath those hot lights and those sweatpants, I bet your crotch was so damp it had earwigs.
Oh, jeez.
Gross. That's so gross. That's so off-putting. But okay, who's Kabuki fighting?
Beast.
The
The
Beast.
No, it's not. There's no the.
Or was it
was
just Beast? Okay,
just
then
Beast.
maybe it isn't Leo Burke's brother.
Beastor. Bob Geigel's like, no the in Central States. You're just Beast.
Beast. It's cleaner.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing. Social Network.
There are some
The
seniors in
only
this
movie
crowd.
Yes.
I saw that was really kind of part of the Oscars was A Real Pain, which is really, really good. But
I heard it was
is
good.
really because Kieran Culkin is such a great actor, man. It's so fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm gonna check the one. Almost everything wasn't streaming yet.
Yeah.
Like last
Like the year before, I was going to say
Yeah.
last year, it seemed like most were available.
Yeah, last year I got to watch almost everything right before the Oscars, and this year the only thing I got to watch, I mentioned you guys, was Conclave, which I absolutely love.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. The acting was really good in that. Well, I won't say anything because it's
I loved the twist
spoiler
ending.
thing.
I
Yeah.
laughed out loud, loved the twist ending, but also just the cinematography and the costumes and everything. Just
Yeah, cinematography. Yeah.
unbelievable.
I'm looking after Anakin.
Aw.
This is Brady Malibu's
Yeah.
pups. One of them.
Oh, so cute.
Really sweet.
Oh,
That's why I
and
had to
speaking
keep
of
that
cute,
There we go. That's
Yeah.
adorable. You know my taste, Travis. Those are rats. Those are Central State
Johnny's
rats.
Yeah.
row. Yeah.
look at this crowd.
We want to sit in Johnny's row.
There's a lot of hats. A lot of
Yeah, I
hats.
know. It's
Yeah.
1980. It's still fedoras.
Yeah, it looks like the late 50s.
That's what I'm saying, man. I was 10 years old in 1980, and there was not a lot of fedoras around. I don't know what was going on in Central States.
Kansas
Put your
City
hat
is
on.
different.
Put your hat on. We're going to All Star.
Yeah, definitely a studio taping here.
Mhm.
There's a baby and
Yes, like she was nursing.
ages from 0 to 100 in the
Yeah,
audience.
I love it. I love it. Wow,
There we go, two of them.
babies. Wow.
Two of them.
Kids.
This is great footage.
We couldn't afford a sitter.
And it's over.
Yeah. Oh, would bring him to the fights.
Take them to the matches.
Imagine, dude, crying babies at a wrestling match. Jesus Christ! If that had been the Philadelphia Civic Center, someone would have thrown the baby at the ring.
Full oyster for the baby.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, both of them would be just covered in oysters. They look like they got slimed by
Slimer.
Slimer. Thank you. It blanked me because they never say Slimer in the
they don't.
movie.
It was
Thank
on
you.
the
Apparently, this
cartoons all the
promo
time.
is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Or maybe not.
He's totally got.
Okay, stop talking about your foot, please.
No, keep going. Gorilla. Tell me more. Did I get very far?
Right here. Sometime in here. You understand me, huh?
Not really. It's like the ravine. He's gonna teach us. He's gonna hypnotize us. That facial hair.
He's gonna hook him in the mouth like Aziz on a date.
Right.
It's the hook. It's the hook.
Little boy, my father teaching the Catholic. 5 o'clock in the morning.
Gary Hart gets a hold of him and says, "First thing we do, no more talking." Check out the double chain on this feller.
Yeah.
He's a swinger.
And that collar. Poke an eye
What's he
out.
look like? Larry Bud Melman?
Yeah.
Kind
Yeah,
of.
I think that's
Yeah.
it. Just letting him
Everyone's
fucking
really
hang
long.
himself.
I believe it was Robert Frost who said,
Another match now, very good. The winner of the match, Takachiho. We've got more action.
"No, you're not gonna play me off. Do not play me off, Bill."
He's the Adrian Brody of Central States.
Yeah, exactly.
That was
Ugh, that was
awkward.
awful.
I didn't see it. I was gonna watch the Oscars, and then the new season of Shorzy dropped the same day. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, fuck that.
It's a better
We,
choice. I won
yeah.
$35 in the
Even
Oscar poll,
Conan was.
Trav.
Oh, did you?
Second place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done, pal.
Best showing since 2000 when I
Wow.
won the last of my 4 out of 6.
You're 4, Pete.
Yeah, the Dynasty.
First of all, from Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Like, oh, no, they're doing things over at Kelly Nelson right now, the analyst. They're back in the game.
Back, baby.
Oh, that's funny. They're calling him Bruiser Brody. In '86, he's King Kong.
King Kong.
But Tommy Sharp not looking too sharp. Look at this guy.
Wonder if he becomes anybody.
Not with that face and that mustache. Look at this guy.
No, probably not.
Belts in his mind.
Makes Brody look like a killer in comparison.
He makes his appearance here in his home of the All-Star.
Look at those mouths open in the front row. Sorry. I'm sure they're doing well now.
Are those cow boots?
They look like
that
it.
Brody has? I like
Yeah.
those.
Mhm. Not bad.
And Tommy Sharp was very much looking forward to this match because he realizes.
So did you hear anything from Hawkins?
No, nothing yet. Yeah.
Oh,
So I
too
think,
bad.
Maybe there was a big drop of dolls. Maybe it was a big drop of dolls at Toys R Us.
I've got my Underworld United or United Underworld.
Oh, wow.
I got this yesterday. I texted Johnny about it
Yeah, but now
yesterday.
is
Batman
that
the dailies, 19.
Yeah, the dailies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
43 to 46 complete. Look at how thick this thing is.
yeah.
Wow.
I wonder if this story's in there because I used to have it in a treasury. It was the dailies introduction of Two-Face.
I think
much
that was
li-
in the Sundays.
Yeah, it was the Sunday
believe.
one, and
Yeah.
much like a Dick Tracy, it ends with Two-Face dying. Like,
Crazy.
Yeah. No, the newspaper strip Batman is actually really good from what I've seen over the years.
That's cool.
What was the other one you got, Kelly? That I totally geeked out for?
The amazing transformations of Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah.
So
oh,
all
geez.
60s Olsen. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
knee to the dome there was nasty.
It was a great score yesterday. Both of them for only $32 total.
That's cool.
Kevin's on his way.
Great. I think I'm going to order whatever like trade paperbacks are of Invincible because I got season 3 and I love the cartoon and I've like kind of like looked at the art and shit and I was like, there's 144 issues of this.
Wow.
I think I'm gonna get this. It's great. The TV show is great.
Yeah, I've never pulled the trigger on that, but I know it's highly regarded.
Kevin, when you get home, see if the old invite still works. If not, I'll have to pause and send you a new one. You might have something in your, if you still have one in your inbox. Hey, hello.
Not impressed.
Everyone's bored. Brody
Yeah.
looks bored.
Who's he working here?
Someone sharp.
Tom Sharp.
Tom Sharp.
Fuck. No selling Tom Sharps. Punches to the gut. No selling shit
Well,
from Sharp.
welcome to Bruiser Brody.
Yeah.
Well, would you sell for
I-
Tom Sharp?
I know.
You're
but
Bruiser
that's
Brody. You're not
kind
supposed to
of
sell
early.
for Tom
known
Sharp.
for. Yeah. But this is going to
Okay.
be one of those too long squashes.
Central
Look at those
States was
rows.
Moose said everybody here showed up expecting a timeshare presentation. All right. Okay, just let me know when you're home then, bud.
Central States was one of those like it felt exotic to me. Like you read about it kind of in the magazines because they'd have the rankings for it and shit. But I was just like, it was the most distant of all the territories. Like you were never like excited to see it, but it just felt like, wow, that's the one you can't find anywhere. You know, when I was a teenager.
No. Even during the 60s and 70s, I don't think it was like a very highly regarded territory.
So
It was
Bruiser-
Harley Race's home territory. That was about the only thing it had
Hmm.
going for it.
In fact, the only time I ever saw really any of it, sort of, was when Crockett, for whatever reason,
Bought it
in
when they could have just
86.
moved in and took it without
Yeah.
paying for it. Yeah. Yeah, the 86 stuff is rough. I saw it years ago.
Whew. Yeah, man. I'll
There you
watch Bruiser do knees to the face till the sun comes up.
It's a little bit
That's
of a kick out.
nasty. Yeah. That's the Sharp promise.
He's a fucking
3.2. Would you sell for what was his name? Sharp?
Tommy
Which-
Sharp
Tommy Sharp. That's a like,
of the Sharp brothers, not the
First
the
intro.
the Sharp brothers.
first title consideration. We haven't had one that's a question yet, Johnny.
Well, I didn't hear it. I'm sorry.
Would you sell for Tommy Sharp? Would you? Like all caps on the YOU. Would you sell for Tommy?
Well, it's always good to get the water
Yeah,
flowing,
yeah,
but you
Yeah,
know,
I know, I know.
why don't you write it down?
I mean, it tickles me.
Well, we got some interesting wrestlers coming up. I'm looking at the card right now.
Well, Brody's
So,
always awesome.
yeah, so how long had Brody, like, what's he doing here? Is he just coming through? How
Mhm.
long is he there? Is this just a fly-in type situation?
Based on what I heard from this interview, it sounds like they're building to a match against Harley Race, who was the
Okay.
NWA champion at the time. So that would have been all.
Central States was one of Brody's mainstays. Like, it could be that 86 and it's the shits. Brody's there.
Brody's there.
You know,
yeah.
it's one of his places.
Yeah, St. Louis was another stronghold.
Yeah,
for
St.
him.
Louis.
Yeah.
If you think back, I was the man, the only man in the 3-year reign of Harley Race to leave the ring carrying his belt, or what he calls his belt. I left the ring with the world belt. It was taken away from me. I don't care.
Well, you
why.
didn't win it fairly,
Nobody else
Bruiser.
cares why. What is
You
important?
just said no one cares why. Don't worry about that shit.
Yeah.
I came for one reason. That's Harley
You know,
Race.
minus the scarring.
The blade scars.
Frank Goodish is not an unattractive man. He's kind of
Yeah.
a good looking dude.
Yeah.
Me with the belt. Come on. If you
Where's he
don't,
from
get out.
originally?
Good question. He went to West Texas State University, one of the famous football players.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if he was Texan.
And reporter.
Break now. Going to come back with lots more.
You ever seen that picture of him when he was a reporter?
No.
Was he?
Yeah, he was a sports reporter. He's all clean cut in
No, I
in a
haven't.
Amazing.
in a shirt and a tie with a hat with press in it at a typewriter.
Ah.
He was
He was
born in
born-
Detroit.
yeah,
actually.
Detroit, yeah.
Basically
Wonder if
Canadian.
Yeah.
So I guess
across the
would this
bridge.
be like some of those other shows we get of like the
Probably,
Rod-
yeah.
yeah tapes with like with no commercials, whatever. John Candy and the anniversary of
Oh, wow.
the great Ron McFarlane.
Ron McFarlane. That sounds like a Canadian name.
Yeah, and that's a forgot. Hey, Carrie Brown,
super
speaking of
young
Canadian
Carrie Brown.
legend. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're Carrie Brown. Well, at least I am on this
Mhm.
show.
Oh, yeah. Very underrated performer.
Good come from behind by Kerry Brown.
Hey, I'm sending both of you this picture. I can't believe you've never seen this.
Here in the All-Star
I probably have, but it's not ringing a bell right now.
A lot of help, a lot of intense training has been going by Kerry Brown. You see as he wrestled against the young opponent in Ron McFarlane. Obviously, both gentlemen quite evenly matched.
Really?
Met the wars of the professional ring.
No, I've never seen that. That's hilarious, man. That's hilarious.
Oh, wow.
Good release, a strong power release by Ron McFarlane. That come from
San
behind
Antonio Express.
opponent, Kerry Brown. Kerry
That's
has
crazy.
It's crazy. You don't really make it in the NFL. You give being a reporter a shot because you are an intelligent guy,
Yeah.
and just like, you know what, money's in
Man,
fucking.
her face has not her hand
At
has
all.
not left her chin since she got
She
there.
does not want to be there.
This sucks so fucking much.
Tremendous.
She's a wrestling snob. She's visiting relatives from out of town.
Yeah.
Well, this was a pretty low point, too, because this is when Roy Shire in San Francisco, he had burned his bridges with Don Owen in Portland. So he had to use Kansas City talent for his shows, and the cards just stunk. And he didn't draw shit to the Cow
Moose.
Palace.
Moose says she's a huge Inoki fan.
And Takachiho will both be men to be reckoned with in the future weeks and months ahead. For
Another kid in the back
wrestler
row there,
who appear
too.
Here in the area.
Two more. Yeah, no, there's.
I think
really,
there's
what
more.
a wild
There's
bunch.
definitely more than 2 babies here.
It was also a daycare.
Jeez Louise.
Okay.
Those faces.
Oh, dude, that guy was an art teacher. The guy with the glasses.
Yeah.
And now it's the offensive hold.
Okay, the jobber's outfit is like terrible, but
Yeah.
kind of great.
Good
Yeah,
henchman. He'd be a great
I think
henchman.
it's all right.
Yeah.
Corner.
Not bad at all, really.
Hey, McFarlane. Like that's how the guy said it. McFarlane. Hey, McFarlane. Bust his kneecaps.
Pushed back and down to the mat again. And again, a release of the hold on McFarlane. Some of the fans are telling the referee.
Jesus Christ. Like, no one is
Stop cutting to
like
these.
they're all like against their will. It's like the camera. It's like the director is knows he's about to get fired and he's trying to burn bridges on the way out. Jack Black. Says Moose Jack Black.
Yeah,
He does
yeah.
a rickatoo-too, rickatoo-too.
This was the original idea before he made Nacho.
Yes.
What was it?
Yeah.
Nacho
This is what he was
Libre?
training. He was training for it. Yeah.
It was
I'm glad the
originally
fact
wanted to
that-
do 70s jobber, but then he decided to do a luchador.
Cage. You talking about Cage? KG, Kyle Gass? You're glad he is what? Johnny, is that what you're saying?
What? No.
That's what you're saying, the fat guy. Oh, okay, keep going.
Well, I
Sorry.
forgot what I was saying.
Right.
He was able to capture a look at that tactic of Ron McFarlane. McFarlane, however, did
Terry Brown's
Ron McFarlane's toy line, not so successful.
Also cannot draw Spider-Man for shit.
Seizes the opportunity and now has his opponent in somewhat of a serious condition.
Somewhat of a serious condition.
somewhat, but maybe not.
It's debatable.
Very strong, very capable, making waves. He knows that all of his opponents are saying he is a tougher man.
He does kind of look like Muck and Sing if he found Ozempic. If Ozempic was around for Norman Lunatic.
Cleaned up a bit, got a haircut.
I'm interested that McFarlane here
McFarlane really opening up.
is not just a squash jobber guy.
Yeah,
Does
yeah.
he have-
And
does
he's
he
been
have
on
some-
top for all of this, yeah. Like, I don't know, it's...
Maybe
Oh,
Kerry
it
Brown's
is.
the job guy
That's what I'm thinking too, yeah.
because he's young.
That
I don't know,
snapmare
too.
almost
Yeah,
did a legit snap.
You know what though, Kerry Brown? Hell yeah, I like. Okay, these two ladies are having a good time.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Wow.
Can you believe all these bored motherfucking crackers?
Gilbert will be here. The man from
Did Cena
Minnesota.
show up at all tonight on SmackDown?
I
or no?
didn't finish it, but no, he's
Yeah,
not
I don't
going.
think so,
Dave.
yeah.
Cody's
When
gonna
will-
talk at the end of the show. I watched
Okay.
most. I watched the first hour and
Yeah,
45 minutes.
I
Fast
saw
forward to all-
Naomi. I saw Naomi and Bianca. That was really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, that was fun. I've been seeing a ton of this, especially like a DVD VR. They're all like going, they really need to do something different, and have it just not just be a Naomi because it's kind of obvious it's Naomi, and people were just coming up with all these dumb swerves, and I'm like, this is why you guys all like AEW better. Sometimes it's like that's the obvious story. Let it play out because know what wrestling is really good at? The obvious story. We like seeing I don't need some Russo fucking swerves and shit.
And as Kerry Brown now finds himself.
I did hear some rumor that Jade Cargill wasn't making any friends in the locker room.
Yeah, I did. I saw that too. Her and Baszler
Or Baszler.
almost got into fisticuffs.
Maneuvering. Kerry Brown tries for the pin. The count of two as he rolls his opponent off. He gets back.
Yeah, I don't think that'd last long.
Kerry Brown in the far corner.
Yeah, I know.
Baszler would kill him.
Yeah.
And now Kerry Brown drives those shoulders to the midsection.
Thing
of
is,
Kerry
Cargill's
Brown.
she's
Really a
such a
Ron
star,
McFarlane.
man. She's got such a quality that not everybody has. But yeah, obviously she's
No, a lot. There's
Green AF.
yeah, and she's still learning. So there's been lots of great bodies who are a star. Who, if they got an attitude, fuck them.
They got him.
He got him. I was about to say Kerry
Gwen
Brown must be
Brown?
some sort of a winner because he has a Band-Aid on his head,
Right. He's
right?
yeah,
Right,
that's
good
true.
point.
Like the jobbers usually don't blade. So.
Jobbers don't blade.
Oh, I saw someone show this clip just real quick. Talk about modern because I liked the pay per view. I thought the Sammy Owens match was awesome, but then I was bitching because it opened with the referee already wearing the gloves, They had a
Yeah.
barbed
Right.
wire, and there was no blood. And I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Huh.
And someone had looks like at some point right before Kevin Owens hit the chair and started doing the my eye gimmick, like
Yeah.
Terry Funk. He dropped his
Right.
razor blade.
Oh shit!
Introducing
Hilarious.
from Lexington, Tennessee.
Oh,
Speaking of
young Eddie
young
Gilbert,
wrestlers,
really
yeah.
young. Is he 14?
Maybe.
14 and a half, Mr. Hedgepath. Against General
versus
Zod.
Dr.
Yes,
Needed
there
him
they
before
are.
Howard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Totally.
Billy Howard. Want to see the cage match
Anton
on Billy.
Anton LaVey.
Does Billy Howard have a bigger cage match listing than Wild Eyes?
I would think so.
He does look like he's got
Yeah,
like a presence there. Like
a little bit of a presence. Yeah.
yeah. Well, at least here, right? It looks like he's probably been there for a while.
Could
So
be.
he's got that-
definitely in a porno movie from the era.
Yes,
too.
yes.
That too, or a Doctor Who villain.
I'd like to meet him.
He could have played the Master. Look at that! Just it looks like that is a symmetrical cut between the beard and the goatee.
Got a tat on his arm, or is that a bruise?
And the sideburns. Don't forget about the sideburns.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. Those sideburns. Look at that.
I know. To
It's
get
like- it's
in
like-
between
it's like-
them.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like he put an actual ruler there.
It's like he wouldn't be out of place at the Backstreet Boys in 2002.
Seems
Hair,
like a lot
ref.
of work.
And the hair.
The hair, F. Hair.
The center ring.
oh, he had Bill Howard had the career here.
Yeah.
Young man in a
Here.
wrestling family.
John,
Oh,
you did research on it.
the picture that comes up is he's younger and he's got a giant handlebar mustache. So you know he's rocking something.
Seems like a guy
Aw.
who probably
Oh.
tried
guy-
a lot of
okay.
different facial hairstyles.
That guy was definitely one of Fred Sanford's friends on
Would tell his
on
story.
Sanford and Son.
He looked like he was having a good
With another
time.
backbreaker.
That was my favorite. We watched Sanford and Son because my father loved it and loves Red Fox.
The young
And
man
that was the fun thing once you realize that a lot of those guys on there who were like, when you start realizing, these guys are terrible actors. Were because they weren't actors, they were his
buddies.
friends, and
Yeah.
he just put his friends on TV.
It's funny.
two men
That was a
who are
good
It's like
show.
Adam
I used to
Sandler.
watch the reruns all the time in the 90s.
Oh yeah, it was super funny.
in future.
All time. Great theme, too, of course.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's Quincy Jones. Quincy Jones did the
Yeah,
Sanford
Quincy
and
Jones
Son.
is really it's great.
Yeah.
Oh, so he wrestled as Bill Howard, Billy Howard, and Ratamius.
There we go. That wow.
We gotta
That's
see
we got to
some
go on a
Rotamius.
Rotamius dig. Yeah,
Okay, it's Ratamyus.
I love
Yeah,
it. Of course.
Yes. How else could you spell?
Referee.
Amazing.
Interesting trunks, but with Eddie Gilbert here.
So I'm guessing like he never, so he never left the territory, or he did no evidence.
Oh
of
no,
it there?
no one ever stayed here. So,
But I mean,
Except for Bulldog Bob Brown
yeah.
Ring,
and Geigel.
shoulder.
here's his obituary.
Shams.
Gary Hart once praised him. Yeah, Bill Howard.
Wow.
Yeah, made a great living as a middle of the card wrestler. Don't know how great, but he made a living. Tons of guys like that.
Whether they
Backhanded compliment.
Wonderful.
double it, more than he weighs, or whatever the case may be.
Man,
He's covered his
going for that hair, ref.
line.
He started when he was 16 years old
Wow.
in the 50s.
Jesus Christ. Imagine what
Wow.
that would have been like.
I love it.
You can tell just by looking at his face that
Yeah,
he's
what a
seen some
discovery.
shit over
Yep.
there.
Yeah.
The referee asked him if he wishes
Oh.
to
He was like a total journeyman, but it did say here that after Hercules Cortez was killed in an auto accident in 1971,
Right.
Howard toured Japan as Red Bastion's tag team partner as AWA tag team champions.
That's
Wow.
interesting. Yeah. Yeah.
In all, Howard did 4 shorter tours in Japan, 3 or 4 weeks at a time, once for All Japan and 3 times for the IWA.
Mm.
center ring. Look out for the action.
He's got a couple tats. He's got a forearm tat too.
Mhm. Looks like he's got a tramp stamp sneaking out behind the back there, too. Moose says he's like Austin Aries if he ate junk food.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, okay. There's a little bit more here about the Radamius or whatever. There was only one other name that he ever used, Radamius. His biggest claim to fame, of course, was the Ratamius gimmick. Of course, we could never talk about it, chuckled Frank Newell. That was in the Outlaw promotion, ICW, run by Angelo Paffa.
Oh, there's got to be footage then.
Yeah, he grew up with Angelo Paffa. So when they were ready to push Randy and ready to push Lanny, my dad went and did it. So yeah, oh yeah, so he helped break them in. And a lot of them were as Radimus in the Southeast, but there's no explanation as to what the fuck that means.
Wow.
I'll see what I can find on YouTube. I'm
Radimus,
assuming in a
Radimus.
mask.
We're gonna
maybe.
find out that it's like some terrible slur, and we've just been. Why did we get shut down? Why has our account been shut down?
Apparently, he was well known and well liked. No one's ever heard of him.
It's wild.
He let's see.
Hey, he's got a good knee to the forehead too. That's what you need here at the All Star Wrestling to get over.
Okay. Friend of Travis Walash and Terry Garvin hired him as the local referee for WWF in Kansas City.
What it says that?
Yeah, right here. Slam Wrestling.
Oh, they got beef with me.
I wonder if he was.
I got heat with Slam. Can't believe a word comes out of that.
Oh, there's okay. He's got a cage match here. I'm now fascinated with Radimus.
Mm-hmm.
Radimus Prime. He's got the touch.
Yeah. Arise, Radimus Prime.
Arise, Radimus Prime. he's got the all spark. You can tell by the fucking hair.
Yeah. Judd Nelson will play him in the biopic.
Was it Judd Nelson?
Did the voice of Rodimus Prime. Yeah.
Okay, I forgot who that was.
Yeah.
I saw that on acid when I was in high school at the theater and loved it.
Yeah, it's rad. Oh man, dude, it's awesome. The animation is great and it's so dark,
violent.
Yeah. And to quote Leonard Maltin in his movie review, which he gave it a turkey.
Of course he did.
He did.
Deafening rock score.
Deafening. I don't like that rock and roll music.
Some things about Transformers the movie I really like. Other things I didn't like at all.
Deafening.
I like Leonard Maltin.
Oh yeah, me too. Oh, dude, I love it.
I had a couple of his movie guides.
Like those old Disney cartoon collections that
he's the expert.
Yeah, because he loved them so much.
Yeah.
He's great on podcasts too. He's really fun.
Oh yeah,
really.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's got to be getting up there.
God, yeah.
Yeah. Like I used to listen to that Doug Benson Doug movies. That was It was like one of my main ones I listened to, and then stopped.
Nice. Fuck that. Fuck up his kidneys.
And the most famous game on there was a game called the Leonard Maltin game that he invented with Sarah Silverman when they were young and coming up. Something to do hanging around. And he actually appeared on the podcast a lot, and he would play the Leonard Maltin game. It was super fun.
What was the game? Sorry.
It was just called they called the Leonard Maltin game. I can't explain what it was.
Okay. I would just try to guess. Like I got one of his old big books, right? And just try to guess what grade he gave so and so.
And he would only 4 stars was his max, right? I don't think it went higher. I'm pretty sure it was.
I have
maybe
in
later years.
I had a movie lover's diary, and I kept a list.
Ooh, young Eddie Gilbert.
Wow, big win.
God, yeah. He may have been still a teenager at this point. How old was Gilbert when he died?
Is it late 30s?
I don't think so. I think early
30s?
30s. He was actually quite young. Let me see.
I'm gonna guess 33.
When he died. That's what I'm thinking. So that was when? 1995?
95.
So he's 18.
33, right on the button, dude.
Yeah. He would have been No, he would have been he would have been 18 at this point.
Oh geez, look at this gear.
That's crazy.
I think it was Mankind the only one who ever managed to
right
somewhat
back.
pull off
Good
Brown.
Lord. Hey, oh, Robert Hawkins is in the house.
Hey!
Hey!
Better late than never.
Kev, you're off the hook.
And we got
Hey!
with Easy Ed, baby.
Easy Ed, the
So
Polish
many
Prince.
names.
And action.
Easy Ed.
That's fun. Look,
Yeah.
Jesus, look at the. He just towers over this fucking schlub.
Robert Hawkins, there's our boy. How you doing, pal?
Hey, Robert.
Can you hear us okay?
Well, my dad had to go to the hospital, so.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Jesus, man. I
It's
mean,
okay. He's a doctor.
Mechanic. Well, former mechanic, obviously. Busy.
yeah, everything's okay,
Is he all right?
obviously, if you're here with us right now.
He's got a lot of health problems, but there's nothing I can do at least tonight. So once he was settled, I
All right, man. Well,
hurled the
Well,
beers first.
yeah, well, you are you are under no obligation to stick
It's
around.
okay. Sometimes you need a good, you need a good
All right.
distraction.
There'll be some chuckles. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
I'd say you'd miss some gold, but I'd be lying.
Oh, yeah. And now the comedy stylings of Homer Simpson.
I'll be right back.
Those milky white thighs that are scissoring Easy
That's
Ed right now.
disturbing. He's the original Easy E.
Well, I mentioned oh no, that was San Francisco that was using the Casey talent. Never mind. Wiskowski was a Portland guy.
Detroit?
The Polish Prince.
This is Kansas City. This is Central States.
What the fuck are you?
1980.
Okay.
Yeah, there's not too much out there of this. This is from Armstrong Alley's YouTube channel, who specializes in a lot of early 80s TV, territorial TV.
Shit, Kev. Well, join us for the Patreon then, Kevin. If you're still up for it. We'd called in a relief pitcher there, Robert.
I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm sorry about it. Yeah.
No, please don't give it a second
Please.
thought.
But we also learned
Robert,
about
I
that. We
assume-
learned about the Leonard Maltin game, and I have the 2001 movie video guide, and I'll play my version of the Leonard Maltin game as the night progresses, the
Okay,
way I think it would be. But go ahead.
Well, no, here I'll explain it. I'll explain it real quick what the Leonard Maltin game is. It's there's like 3 guests, so it's a name that tune where you let me see. He'd provide a clue about the movie, and then he'd provide the year, a clue about the movie, and then reading the cast list from top to bottom. Okay. And then people can say, I could do it in 1 name, I could do it in 2 names, and try to figure out the movie. And he would use the Leonard Maltin book as his the source.
That's kind of what I got. I was just gonna say, I was gonna see if you could guess how many stars for each one, but
For
yeah,
a movie. No, that's a good one too.
yeah.
Let's
I
try
think
that
I
one.
seem to remember they brought that up too, and everything. And again, it was something that he and Sarah Silverman invented, just hanging out when they were kids, in comedy, and it just became like. Then they started doing it on the podcast, and it got like the podcast is pretty successful. And so then Leonard Maltin started appearing on the podcast every now and then and would play the games, and that's when I realized like, oh, he's funny and charming. I
Yeah,
never
that's
liked him
cool.
on television. I was a Siskel and Ebert guy.
What's that?
Well, he was on what Entertainment
and
Tonight. Yeah,
and
he didn't have his own.
I hated
show.
Entertainment Tonight.
Really?
Leonard
I
Maltin.
saw it a lot because my mom would watch it every night.
Leonard Maltin tonight, Scooby Doo Doo Doo.
That
Leonard
was
Maltin
a
tonight.
interesting show in the 80s as a kid watching, because occasionally they would spot like a Playboy profile or like
Right.
Oh well, young
yeah,
Kelly.
like yeah, of course they wouldn't. They'd
snapping
have
those sweatpants.
the stars or whatever, but still, as a kid, it's like, oh,
Well, speaking of old movie critics, hang on. This is a weird possession of mine. So I don't know if you guys
Rex Reed's toupee.
you guys are old enough to remember Gene Shalit. Do you remember him?
Gene
Yeah,
Shalit.
Gene
Gene
Shalit.
Shalit.
Yeah, who's
Yeah.
still alive, I think, right?
First release of The Wolfman on VHS, because I love the Universal classic.
Yeah,
Monster.
yeah. Me
So the
too.
first release of The Wolfman on VHS, the big thing was Gene Shalit.
Oh yeah, I remember those movie poster or those video
Oh, I don't
covers.
know. Maybe.
Thinks this is a movie you should see.
I saw those all on TV for the first time back in the 80s.
Remember, he's been on this show before. Pafo is Bafo.
That's right. An all-time great line.
Do you remember the SCTV sketch? I think it's Eugene Levy, and it's Gene Shalit, and he's got like a giant wig, and the mustache goes out like 3 feet.
Yes.
Wasn't far off from what it really was.
I didn't know De Beers did the diving. Okay.
I think the show's getting played off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in time.
Or Adrian Brody De Beers out of there.
We're out of time. We can't show you the end of this enhancement match.
Get the fuck out of here, De Beers. That ref hates his job. Either that or he's really hungover.
Well,
what a crowd, though. All time
fascinating.
Well, fans, MTT heads, Kelly broke your cherry, but get ready because Central States Wrestling is going to be in the mix from now on.
Yeah. So I thought we'd need a big palate cleanse after
nice.
Central States. And this one I've had bookmarked for a long time, too. I've just seen clips of it. I think we're in for a really crazy-ass match here.
I wonder if this was on the DVD-VR Lucha set.
It must have been because it's pretty crazy from what I've seen.
I don't think I bought that one, but I helped decide a couple of things. No, because Will was traveling with his family around the country and came and spent a couple of days here with us. And on the second night, we were watching a bunch of footage. He's like, "What do you think of that one?" I'm like, "Oh, that's definitely should be on." And what's this? Had a lot of fun. Then didn't buy it, which probably pissed him off.
I know.
So this Sangre Chicana and El Satanico.
I'm sorry. What was that, Robert?
I know very little about Lucha. What can you tell me about these guys, this feud, and what company is this? What are we watching?
So this would be CMLL or EMLL, as it was known back then, the traditional longest running promotion in Mexico. So the guy with the red singlet, or whatever you want to call it, that's Sangre Chicana, who was in the famous bloody match with MASA Uno from 1983 that most of us have seen probably. And then El Satanico is his opponent. I don't know what the feud was or even exactly where this was from, but it was on Twitter. It's probably been a couple of years now when I first noticed it. And it was highlighted just for its like very realistic looking punches that we get at one point between the two of them. And they were both big stars at the time.
Kevin saying this is number 1 of that 80s set, he believes. Sorry,
really?
I probably did buy that, by the way.
Sorry, this is not the 83 match. That was number 1.
No, that probably, because that one's a famous bloodbath. This is 1989, I believe.
Robert, I assume with everything that's going on, you didn't have time to pick a Patreon match. You want me to send you something, Travis? I got, of course, just for the occasion. Okay.
May 26th.
Oh, there it is. There's the first.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's going to be more than that.
Hard left. And wonderful selling.
May 26, 1989. So one day after the Flames beat the Canadians for the Stanley Cup.
Right? I love it.
Dude, it never doesn't baffle me that you can pull that kind of fucking thing. Right?
Well, it's the only one we've ever won, so that dates.
Yeah, but I mean, I
mean, that's me. I'm the.
I know because I'm like, I remember where I was when the Devils won the Stanley Cup for the first time. I couldn't possibly tell you the date.
June. I don't know the exact date, but it was definitely June,
right?
Yeah, because
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Yeah.
How many stars?
From Leonard Maltin?
Yes.
Max.
I think
I'm going to say 2.5.
I'm going to go 3.
Robert? 2. Moose guessed 3 as well. 2 stars.
I was thinking.
I think 4 is his best. You're right.
4 is his. Yeah, he never went higher.
That's I was thinking he'd be like that because not a fan of gore, and that was a
right.
Yeah.
But that was also, it's also kind of not as good as the other two. Wait,
No,
wait,
if you-
here we go.
I
Follow
would-
up quickly.
no.
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Okay, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. He'll say, bounce back from the
Return to
depressing
form.
second. So
Return
I'll
to
say
form.
3.
Yeah, 3. That's right.
2.5.
Really?
Ugh.
Fuck him.
Yeah, cranky dude.
I don't know. I kind of prefer Temple of Doom to Last
Really?
Crusade. To be
No, man,
honest.
I love
Yeah.
the last act of the Last Crusade is so cool.
I mean, it's
I love
good.
those last
it's
3.
good, but I don't
I've been
know.
playing
I-
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle lately, and it plays like an Indiana Jones game. It's so, or movie. It's so good. You'll just be wandering around, sneaking around the Vatican, and then they open up a door. Then all of a sudden,
Conclave?
you're inside. Yeah, all of a sudden you're inside the Sistine Chapel. It's such a good game.
I want the Conclave video game where everyone's just backstabbing each other, trying to
With multiple votes. Yeah.
voting for Pope.
Another great punch. Another
Yep.
great punch. I like those pants. Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, there's an anger here between these guys.
Also, Satanico, the most matches I've seen, he's always in a heated brawl of some sort.
I kind of want those pants, man. Those would be pretty good Zubas. Kevin said this match was given an 8.45 on Cage Match. We're getting grades on everything.
That's pretty high. 8.45. Oh, so that was the first fall, I guess. Interesting. And this is a famous referee. I should know his name, but I don't.
Mientras tanto,
Report for you guys in 6 weeks, because I am going to be in Vegas for Mania.
Oh, wow.
Both
That's
nights.
great.
Oh, here we go. I think this is,
Oh,
yeah, this
dude,
is where it gets really.
Robert, I can recommend, if you're there sooner, a show to go see with friends of ours and a lot of Vancouver talent. Oh, man.
Yeah,
That'd be
Thunder
great.
Down Under.
No, I love it. First time in Vegas and first WrestleMania.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
Cool.
El referee, mi querido Marquez.
Oh, here's. Oh, okay, yeah, it's off that.
Yeah, Parm's doing a show down there for Dusk. And it's got Nicole's on that show. Oh, and who did Johnny see? Who had that dog collar match at Dean? Mad Dog Connolly is on that Dusk show. Johnny,
What's that?
Parm booked Mad Dog Connolly for that show
awesome.
in Vegas. Yeah.
Good. I'm shocked no one else did.
Yeah. Well, it might be on some other stuff,
There's
but that's
probably
where.
multiple
That's of course.
nights,
That's yeah, true.
So I think this is what I saw on Twitter that intrigued me about this match. Is this exchange?
I love it. On the chin.
Oh, it must be later, but it's the same camera angle.
Kevin saying, just realized this is at Arena Coliseo.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
secondary arena.
Right.
The ring looks gigantic the way that's shot.
Boxing.
Nasty choke bite.
El satánico, cuando lo hacen enfurecer, es un ciclón, es el ciclón Daniel de Guadalajara, Jalisco. El mejor luchador mexicano, usted lo está viendo, es el más
He's a pretty good announcer.
El
I've been
que
turned down a
tiene
little bit though.
con la gente singular y el que ha sido 7 veces campeón del mundo.
I don't know how old they are right now, but with the quality of the footage, this just feels like 2 old guys fucking slugging it out.
Yes.
Like
I like that kind of mutual.
old men
Come on,
fights.
man.
Old men
Yes.
fights are the best.
Yeah. Jesus.
Oh,
That's great. It's fucking awesome, man. Fucking Nick Pesky would love this match.
El gran jefe de la porra ruda Sergio León. El
Sergio Leone, the director.
Yeah,
Rudo. Yes.
sound like.
Well, this is good. They're hitting each other bad, and by the end they'll be ugly.
Well done. Kevin says the announcer is Dr. Alfonso Morales. who's
Okay,
the
yeah.
heralded announcer
Very
ever
well
in
known.
Lucha. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice knee.
I love it. I love it.
Satanico is great because he's fucking the devil, dude. That's
Right.
essentially his gimmick. He's my Dark Lord Satan.
I don't know if any of you guys are into the are gamers at all, but they announced the essentially the DLC guys for the new WE game.
Yeah.
Came out today, although the DLC is coming out the next 8 months. And some of it, I would have bet you $5,000 that New Jack would never be in a WWE.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, I heard about this.
Because Vince
New
is
Jack
gone.
estate.
But
Crazy.
that's just weird. I don't think Vince had
I know. I'm
jack
just
shit about who was in the video game.
You can
but-
just
but-
say
but
anything
you
that's
never
good
know.
is now because
You never know, right? You never know.
Well, he was a control freak. Maybe he did.
What we
do
need
it
to know
even
is
the
Vince
video
liked to
games.
play the video games.
That's what he's doing now that he has nothing else
It
to
was
do.
the worst thing about him. Ugh.
Gaming until
Grown
4 o'clock
man.
in the morning.
Yes, or that he, or maybe he's always wanted to have New Jack in, and now he's just got like a different moniker. Hey, you punks! Now that Vince is gone, you gotta get New Jack in the game. If you,
That's his. That was his mustached character. That was a.
yes.
That wasn't me. That was Rod. What?
Yeah, Kevin says Satanico is one of the greatest ever. We should look
Yeah.
up him versus Dandy from '90. Maybe
I've
that's
seen
yeah,
that
that's
match.
the-
I've seen that
one.
match.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of with when I said heated brawl.
Well, I can tell you what Vince's favorite game is. This is not making this up. One of the earlier PS back conferences Raw, the storyline angle was you actually at the end of each like 3-month period had basically simulated sex with a diva.
Oh my god.
And the controller, like they'd be giving you a massage of the controller.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure Vince had a hand in that game. At the
Yeah.
Buddy,
You know,
that-
You got to go really get to hit all the little Easter egg things to open up the secret level where he takes a dump.
Okay,
on
here's
somebody.
where
Yeah.
this is what I
Holy
saw.
shit.
Here we go.
Fuck off,
Hockey
asshole.
fight.
Fuck off. They just are pissed off at each other. Go fuck yourself, man. Fuck you.
Here we go. Nice.
Fuck yeah, so heated.
Aquí David tiene que asistirlos. El público se hace a un lado. Y como ha entendido la afición mexicana, en verdad, el meterse con los luchadores. Creo que los hombres que se dan a odiar rápidamente son
Yeah.
los nuevos
Killer announcer, man.
entiende cada vez más que ellos están pagando solamente
Corona.
localidad
Wow, there it is.
por ver a estos hombres.
This is. You guys
This
should
is
go back
awesome.
in the ring, please.
This that has the feel of like people were there like, yeah, you know, at that point though, man, they really got into a real fight.
Yeah. Good call.
Felt like.
Yep.
But that's the psychology.
Ahora bien, ¿a qué se expone un aficionado que se mete con un luchador de este tonelaje? Pues hacer
Love it. All that. It was a hip toss, dummy.
Yeah. We're gonna have a wrestling match.
Está castigando perfectamente sangre
Right.
chicana al brazo y también al cuello.
What do you call this?
Buen
This
acercamiento, estamos
hold
viendo ya
as it
el
is here.
dolor.
I don't know.
abdominal stretch, although
Well, it's like, yeah, sitting abdominal stretch.
Sitting abdominal stretch.
Ya
Yeah.
los dos hombres ya se encuentran mermados en su
That's just a fucking
Thumb
finger
in
in
the
your
eye.
eye.
Yeah. Thank you.
minutos.
the Greco-Roman face rip.
Uh-huh.
Esta es la tercera caída, amigos de Galavisión. Un saludo.
Yeah, it feels like, you know, yeah, this supposed to be a wrestling match, but they just hate each other so
Yeah.
much they
Gonna
just
tear his
can't
fucking eyes
wrestle.
out.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's like what Earthquake and versus Katal.
Right. And that was a shoot fight.
Yeah.
Speaking of earthquake, and they're putting in the
Right.
natural disasters.
Natural disasters.
Jeez.
Lex Luger got announced. Yep.
Yeah,
Yes,
Lex
I
Luger.
saw
I
that.
saw that.
What about Demolition? Everyone was thinking this was their year finally.
I think next year.
Next year. Yeah, because if they're or if the natural disasters got in, then you'd think there wouldn't be another tag team.
I'm just excited because they signed.
It's the 5%. It's the 5% that Vince still like owns, and then the only thing he's still like fuck Billy in the asshole.
But they
forever."
signed them to a Legends deal.
Legends.
That's
Yeah,
why
that's
everyone
true.
thought.
That's true.
Yeah, that's why they thought it was only a matter of time.
Ooh.
I mean, they were talking about Cornette going in this year. Which
Yeah.
Is
This is the fuck you Vince class.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Vince would have put Cornette in. I think Vince liked Cornette. All in all,
I don't think they.
Yeah, I don't know what would the how it ended with them, but yeah, I mean, Cornette was part of the booking team and all that. And Vince always respected the guys that were, you know, promoting their own
Mhm.
areas and stuff like Lawler.
it was. I mean, Cornette is what he is. It was to his credit that, like, when everything actually came out, and not just the initial headline, but everything actually came out with the Janelle Grant stuff, like he's never once fucking was ever just like did any of like what Nash and the rest of them did. Like, well, I don't know. He was just like, he's a goddamn pervert, is what he is, shitting on people's heads. I was like, oh yeah, good, all right, Jim.
Oh, what else could you do when you read that? Goddamn.
Yeah, but I was waiting
Text
for it because
messages.
so
Well, the
many of
whole,
these ex wrestlers.
I read the court document one
Yeah.
afternoon.
Yeah.
But
Jesus.
so many of these ex wrestlers, like even ones you think got a good head on their shoulders, still fall into that mentality of, just a chick trying to get
Right.
money, right?
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Yeah, sucks.
Well, it sounds like, I don't know, the federal case against him has been dismissed, so
Yeah. Oh wow, who would have saw that coming?
it's probably only matter of time before the whole thing gets thrown out.
What state was it in? Connecticut? I don't know. I don't.
You don't think so?
Ooh!
Yeah, well, here we go. This isn't, I think this is exactly, this is
Here
what
we
I
go.
saw.
Oh
on
fuck
Twitter.
yeah!
Like a young Gary Howitt.
Well, us in Massachusetts might become part of Canada sooner than later.
Oh, okay, that's gonna be the trade or whatever.
young Gary Howard had like sounds like a series of like kids books, adventures about a young hooligan.
He's missing a front tooth for sure.
He's lovable, right?
Yeah,
But I mean,
yeah.
it's like
Dennis-
Shorzy for kids.
Yeah, no, Dennis the Menace ripoff.
Young Gary Howard, Dennis the Menace ripoff.
The
Okay,
young
that's
goon.
Albums?
He doesn't have a slingshot in his back pocket. He's got lumber, a big giant fucking hockey stick.
Got a hockey stick. Yeah, he does a hockey stick
Just a
with him at
hockey
all
stick.
times.
Yeah.
But he never uses it. He
But he
drops
doesn't-
it. He always
yeah.
just drops it.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
he drops it, that's when you know he's ready
Oh
to
shit!
fight.
That's when Mr. Wilson knows it's fucking time
Yeah.
to run.
Yeah. That Howard kid's fucking throwing him again. I sounded like Mathval there. That was pretty good.
You?
Esta lucha abajo del ring. ¿Dónde vino a terminar esto? Se encuentra en malas condiciones.
Just
Y
nasty.
aquí el Davis debería contar los 20 segundos.
No
y
control
decretar
here.
empate. Pero Davis quiere que
Common
haya-
was just kind of like in the crowd brawling and
le está
seeing
diciendo
out
a la
the lady. Have been the whole thing, or would they have been like the fans have been like a little nervous?
I don't know.
la lucha y a Sangre Chicana no le conviene que esto termine en empate.
All right, Metropolis.
Like Brody matches or Abdullah matches, this would have been pretty rare in the States.
Oh yeah.
What? Where?
depending
What
on
is where Superman lives?
Metropolis.
That's got to be
1926.
4 stars.
4 stars, of course.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna 4 stars. I agree.
Yeah.
Also, is it a sad thing that I was trying to think of a movie called Krypton? Well, you know, can't have it.
There was a TV show called Krypton. I saw like one episode of it. First time I've ever seen a live action Lobo, and the guy wasn't super jacked, but the makeup looked good, but he wasn't super jacked, so he looked really weird.
Are they doing a Lobo movie?
He's appearing in the Supergirl movie.
Right.
They're making a Supergirl movie, really.
Yeah. We'll see if they turn that into a tax write-off like they did Batgirl.
I was
So.
going to say, hopefully it's better than the 1980s Supergirl movie.
I saw that movie in the goddamn theater in a matinee all by myself.
Sorry.
And it was one of those, because I was like, fuck it, I want to go to the movies. That's what it was. I loved comic books like back in the day.
I only ever saw the trailer.
And it was it's one of those when you're a teenager and you sat through that and you're like, or in the middle of it, you're like, this fucking sucks. I am at a really bad fucking movie. I didn't leave.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Fuck them up.
But Helen Slater was a goddamn smoke show, so there you go.
Yeah, agreed.
Right.
I can remember one line from the trailer. He's my cousin.
Yeah, I saw it, talking about a terrible triple bill on TV, like 88 with Superman 3 and 4.
Oh, wow.
Oh, boy. Like Peter O'Toole. What was it? That Supergirl. Was Peter O'Toole in fucking Supergirl?
I believe Faye Dunaway.
Faye Dunaway was in it?
Yes.
Like a witch.
I saw Superman
it
3
sucked.
in the theater. It was one
I've
of the
never
few
seen- I
I think
must have
the
seen
only
it.
movie I've ever been to where the film broke.
Oh,
and
really?
Yeah.
Crazy.
It was when the 2 Supermans were fighting in the
Oh, in the
junkyard.
junkyard?
too.
Junkyard,
So it
yeah.
was like extra weird when it
Right.
happened. You thought like, it was
It
like
burst
such an
through the
intense
screen
fight.
like
Oh,
it's
wow.
Rocky Horror
Yeah.
Picture Show.
This ends in a double count out.
Yeah,
That's
well,
crazy.
there's nothing
Yeah,
much
we've
to
seen
do.
this guy before.
Kelly.
That was wild.
Yeah, Kelly,
This guy
I'll one
rules.
up you.
What's his name again? R&R Wrestling. Yeah, we got to remember him. He rocks.
Kelly, I'll one up
Speaking
you.
of Superman.
Speaking of, that's
Hey!
so funny.
Okay, I'll one up you, Kelly. The only time it ever broke and couldn't be fixed was the opening night of Jedi as Darth Vader and Luke were fighting and he was about to throw the Emperor
Yeah.
and it broke and that was it. And they gave us
Crazy.
all, dude. I threw my popcorn at the screen. I did. I threw my popcorn. People were pissed off.
That's
And
from
they had
the
to give us
same year,
passes.
1983. Right?
Yeah.
All right.
They fixed
Yeah.
Superman. I'm pretty sure we saw the rest of it, but I remember being pretty upset when it broke.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Gene Hackman.
Yeah.
Rest
Yes.
in peace.
Today they finally revealed
Yeah, I figured out
Really?
what
the
happened.
cause of death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it?
She
Heart
died.
failure.
She died. No, she died of hantavirus.
Yeah.
Um,
And then a
And
week
he-
later,
and he was suffering from Alzheimer's and heart
Yes.
disease, so he
Yeah.
didn't know his wife was dead.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Crazy.
and then of course doesn't stop people being like, "There's something suspicious. How could we been there
Yeah.
for 10 days?" Like, it's fucking Alzheimer's. You fucking
Yeah.
Yeah.
he was
asshole.
95 years old.
Yeah.
It's sad. The dog likely starved to death.
Right.
The
of
dog,
course.
the dog died of autoerotic asphyxiation.
Right.
Rest in peace, Gene Hackman. Yeah. He fucking ruled, man. I love
Mhm.
Royal
Yeah.
Tannenbaum so fucking much, and his performance especially.
I love him in everything he's in, even the bad stuff. Dude, I'll give you fucking Crimson Dawn, man. Crimson Dawn rocks.
Crimson Tide.
Crimson Tide, I mean, yeah, Crimson
Yeah.
Tide. Him and Denzel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I saw that in the drive-in years. Well, when it was out, whenever that was. The only time I ever saw it. Tarantino wrote part of the script because you
Yeah.
could tell
Right. When they mentioned Kirby's Silver Surfer.
Kirby or Mobius. Kirby or Mobius.
Yeah.
We gotta have Weps. Weps is the key. I just watched The French Connection about 6 months ago for the first time in like
Yeah, that's
30
awesome.
years.
Yeah, great movie.
Down in Addis Ababa.
I will tell you this though, honestly, and I still feel this way despite him being one of the greatest actors of all time. When I first saw this movie, I hated him as Lex Luthor because I was like, what the fuck? A
He's not
wig?
bald.
He's
Yeah.
not bald. I was like, he's not bald, and he's dressed like a used car dealer. I fucking hated it.
I think it works because it would have been maybe too
Nine-
distracting with the bald wig the whole time. Or
Oh
bald
yeah,
cap.
I was now bullshit.
And
I
he
was
is technically bald because they reveal that at the
at the end, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was 9 years old because I saw it on when it was the big TV on ABC.
Two-nighter.
Two-nighter, yeah.
Yep.
And
that's what first time I saw.
and I was also balls deep in this kind of 60s Superman we were talking about, Kelly, at that time.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I was a little nerd about everything. I hated Krypton. It's like, what the fuck is this? I hate everything that wasn't like the comics. I'm like, he can't turn back the Earth.
This would have been the first Superman I knew. I think this was my introduction to the
And I loved
character,
it. I
essentially.
loved it too, though. Because
So yeah,
the scene where he first is
Rest
Superman.
in peace, Gene Hackman.
Yep. When he first appears as Superman and it's the helicopter
wow.
rescue, it's one of the best scenes in movie history.
yes.
Great threads, man. Thanks.
Here we go. This is from the
Thank
same
you.
year,
Hell
approximately.
yeah.
Detroit Macho. Very rare.
Detroit Macho.
Okay. Detroit Macho is my cologne, actually. with a sexy hint of sulfur.
Look at that robe. Oh, let's listen to this.
Johnny,
Proto.
where in Colorado do you live?
Longmont, right outside of Boulder.
Okay. Person I'm going to Mania with quite a distance from you, but from I've been living in Basalt for the last 7 years.
From where?
Basalt. It's like 20 minutes west of Aspen.
You're in Colorado?
No, I'm not my best friend.
Oh, your best friend. Okay.
Yep. He and I have been wrestling fans both together since we were in first grade.
Cool.
Wow.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Should be an all-timer with Cena and Rhodes.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Look at the words on the back of Macho
Yeah.
Man's ass here are gigantic.
And
Here.
it's 4 stars on the front instead of 3.
Yeah.
This
It's
is
Proto
totally
Macho Man.
Because I'm a Leonard Maltin guy, yeah.
stars on the back too. This is Earth 2 Macho.
with giant Macho Man.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Wow. Yeah, this is some of the earliest footage of
So this is
Savage.
a little before ICW.
I think around the same time it started,
Okay.
but I'm not sure how early we have TV from ICW.
Because I've seen
You guys, look who the rep is. The rep is that wrestler.
No, we're at Bill Howard.
Yeah, it's Bill Howard.
Kinda.
It's not?
No.
No, he got less hair, you're right.
You're gonna be seeing Radimus everywhere now, Travis.
Yeah. He's in my nightmares. Have you seen this man in your dreams? You guys have seen that
No,
posting?
no.
Yeah.
The lady with
Radimus.
the beehive hairdo is in the front.
Radimus sounds like a name J.K. Rowling came up with to describe a Jewish character. You're like, ugh.
Or a skateboarder, but he's a skateboarder.
Yeah.
Radimus.
Covers him again. One.
I prefer
Savage
Radimus
is-
Prime. Thank you.
He's so white and unjacked at this point.
I know, and a little
That was
bleach.
what we were going for Transformers season 4, but it got canceled. Really, this show needs.
Oh, here we go. Let's see.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
axe handle.
Double axe
boom.
handle already.
Oof.
Back of the neck.
This won't do anything to my knees. What do I got to worry about?
Yeah.
You can hear the referee.
Knees were
He's got a
fresh
very
at that point.
raspy voice. He's like, get back in the ring.
Quickly.
Oh,
Like
beautiful.
Harvey Firestein. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Harvey Fire. Get back. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
All right, get out of here.
That's-
3 ring-a-dingies.
He beats him with a
Ring-a-dingies.
suplex back into the ring.
I've seen
Wow.
some stuff from Knoxville, like
Yes, I was gonna say Mid America. Yeah,
Right.
from around the same time as this, I believe.
Hey, this was on the CW. Look,
Yeah.
in the corner.
Right
At one
after-
point, my favorite network.
Yep.
Because I'm a teen dream, yeah.
Yep, nothing but superhero shows and teen dramas, and the superhero shows were for teens as well.
Is this a little bonus at the end of the video? Or is this the next match?
What
No,
is
this
this?
must be. No, it's just a little
Oh,
bonus.
and okay.
Mr. USA Tony Atlas, Tito Santana, Rick Martel.
Some like
None of these people will be on the show. We're promoting.
off-brand tape or something.
Non-stop bonko
Sexton
breasting.
Hardcastle. Ooh,
Ooh, Jesus.
San Diego Padres, Randy Savage.
Mhm.
Ultimate Classic Wrestling.
I
and
see.
Los- oh, only on Roku.
Huh.
Interesting.
I need to subscribe to the civilities. All right, here we go.
Yeah, look at this matchup.
August.
Killer Khan, the long con continues. This is from Hawaii.
Oh, wow.
About 8 days before their famous match in Dallas at the Star Wars show.
Was this at the was this at my grandmother's amazingly
Yes.
successful wrestling promotion?
Yes, it would have been a Maivea show.
This is before they started threatening to kidnap children, I believe.
Okay.
That's not made up.
I don't
I
know.
didn't
what,
hear
what's-
about that part.
Yeah, please enlighten us on that one, Robert.
No, that's been confirmed that like Lars Anderson and the official story is Leia Maivia didn't support it and didn't know what Lars was doing until it was too late, but they were actually prosecuted sending death threats and making phone calls to rival promoters that they were going to kidnap their children, and it went to court in Hawaii, but the jury
Okay, I knew all of that except for the detail about the kidnapping children part. I just knew that it
Wow.
got dirty.
So this is the real deep state stuff
Yep.
here. Okay.
That's pretty dead. That's
Someone please tell Trump to
a young
focus
rock.
on Lars Anderson. Is he still alive?
That's a new Doge. The new Doge project.
Uh,
Fuck.
if Lars Anderson didn't want to have his children kidnapped, oh wait, no, he's not the one. That's okay. Shit. Lars Anderson didn't do anything wrong.
Boy, they treated him bad though.
They treated him real bad. Okay,
Like a
okay,
dog.
okay. I try to avoid it because it just makes me so goddamn mad all day long. But today he said something that made me laugh out loud. Not for anything of him being witty though. He signed one of his fucking orders about that to honor Irish American Day, and he said he's like, the Irish, they voted for me in the big numbers. I really like them. You're not supposed to like them, but I like them. What? What?
Feel about that.
What?
Here's the gorilla mode.
All right.
Travis.
Yeah,
Big
I see
boy.
it. Yeah, Kelly's about to start speaking in grunts.
Jeez, the
No. He's about to start criticizing everything we say.
Look at
And
how big it is.
You could kill an intruder with
Phillips,
that.
man. Best brewery in Canada.
You have to take, dude.
Bold
Okay,
statement.
Kelly, you have to take your shoes and socks off for that gorilla.
Okay.
That's right.
Well, I wasn't even finished this one yet. Yeah,
Uh-oh.
today's pack a punch. This is 9.
Okay, you're already being a half beer bandit. The
I ate
half
a
beer
lot of
bandit.
food. I should be
Strikes
okay.
again.
I had a big dinner.
I was quite often the half beer bandit at parties.
I've been cutting back on my drinking since the beginning of February, so maybe I've lost some of my tolerance.
I definitely did. I completely cut back a lot to just basically like, okay, weekends.
Yeah,
And-
I'm trying.
And that's
to.
it. Not even the whole, well, I'll just have a little bit. No, nothing. And,
Yeah.
and I note for even me, who at one point had been a heavy drinker, I noticed like, the whole like, well, after a while, I was like, whoa, I don't have the tolerance I had a
Yeah.
month ago.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference. That's for
using
sure.
that right boot very effectively to the back. Kicks Terry Gordy, has got him out on
I
top.
tried one of my roommates' fruity drinks. Those like fruity seltzer things. White Claw adjacent.
Oh yeah.
And it was like, God damn, this is good. This is dangerous.
Yeah, you don't want it to taste too good.
I'm like, this tastes like fucking grape juice.
Yeah.
This
And
raspberry. What is
the
this raspberry?
hangovers.
Yeah, the hangovers are awful.
Awful.
And but I'm like, what is this raspberry concoction? Just sucking down the tiny little can.
Yeah. Oh, those things. There's nothing worse than a hangover from
White Claw?
something like that.
Oof.
Oh, just like coolers, stuff like that.
Oh,
Ugh.
back in the day, man. But I remember when Bartles and James and all that shit hit in the 80s, the wine cooler, because everyone's mom was just like, I'm gonna get some wine coolers. Get some wine coolers in the fridge.
Yep.
And they were delicious. You're
No,
like,
and that's when we would underage drink. For
Yeah.
Sure
Yeah.
that,
Coolers.
jungle juice. That sounds pretty good. Oh, this is where Steele stole from Khan.
Well, I don't think
I know, I'm kidding.
hey, Khan is Mongolian royalty. Steals an animal.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, we got the tag
Nice,
rope.
nice. Oh, awesome. That's what he's getting.
Love a good tag rope choke.
Just be careful, Kelly. We don't want you to have an accident and we have to talk to the press.
I'm okay.
Go the same way Gene Hackman's dog went.
Okay. Starvation.
We killed Johnny, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, well, it happens at least once per show.
Not starvation, dude. You didn't hear?
Oh, was it when I was gone to get another beer?
Maybe.
Yeah,
It was the perfect. It was a
What was
callback. It was a callback from about half an hour ago.
Yeah, I think I missed it. Oh, here we go. It's getting violent now.
Killer Khan has great
It's getting
matches.
violent.
I fully admit I didn't appreciate him as a kid in '87 because
Yeah.
Well, yeah, on the regular TV you wouldn't have seen much, but Johnny went to the house shows.
Yeah, I
so-
got to see him versus Hogan, and then we got to see him recently do the great the casual misting in the snake pit, which was the
Yeah.
greatest thing I've ever
Right.
seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I
Crop
saw
dust.
that when it happened on TV.
They call that a Khan crop dust.
of Hogan wasn't national. It only aired in markets where the match was going to happen.
Two cities,
Mm.
Providence and Winnipeg.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. This is awesome.
Well, I know the match happened in Boston too.
Really? I'm pretty sure it was just Providence and Winnipeg.
No, well, I mean,
What's
I'm not
that?
saying single, but it's on the hang on, right here.
Oh no, I'm thinking of Hogan and Jake the Snake, not
Yeah, I'm saying I saw Killer Khan.
Yeah.
Hogan in Philadelphia.
when you mentioned the
Kansas.
snake pit, it got me.
That was the that was the night of the oystering.
Yes. Hogan and Jake was just in Winnipeg and Providence.
the
Con
name
and
of your
Hogan was,
memoir?
I think, in most
That's the name of Johnny's memoir.
They
cities.
did Madison Square Garden.
It all stems from that.
They
Everything.
yeah, they did. Did they do MSG?
I think they did Boston because that's the televised one I've got and I've seen.
Yeah, and they did Philly, of course.
How can Gordy do this? This is incredible. A man taking the Oriental
So
Spike for this
funny.
length of time. Killer Khan, the master of the Oriental Spike, has not been able to put away Terry Gordy.
It's awesome when he's hung on to it for so long.
Confused Dunbar. Look at the face on his way back. He's up to his shoulder now. What's happening here? He's making his way to his
So I'm
knee.
curious if this Hawaiian crowd got world class TV. To them, this could be just
Mhm.
Terry Gordy's the good guy and Killer Khan's the bad guy.
I'm thinking they probably did if they had this match, because World Class did get syndicated out to a few places.
I mean, she brought in everybody. Everyone
Right. It was kind of an all-star territory.
Well, but especially for in between trips to Japan, they pop into Hawaii, make a few bucks for the Mayavias, and then move on.
Flair and Carey had at least one famous match in Hawaii.
Oh, there's that famous what was it? The big card, the
outdoor one, or hot summer night.
Hot summer night. That I remember when that happened. The magazines did show the poster. The poster that's out there, like it felt like there was what are there 18 matches on this fucking thing, and it's everybody.
Yeah, it was like a Pro Wrestling USA show.
Yeah.
And then they did the sequel the next year that was a total dud.
Total buzz.
That one's on YouTube. The first one isn't, but the second one that sucked ass.
The first one is one of my holy grails because I remember as a kid, Danzo and I were like, "Look at this fucking card! This is insane."
Yeah, it was a dream card.
I'd like to imagine Killer Khan in his private life, like dressing like a Shakespearean actor, might like a really serious thespian, like a lot of scarves,
ascot.
Yeah.
Oriental Spike.
Be a beret.
Yep. Sure.
On top of the hat that he did wear. Sadly, United Underworld news, McFarlane lost the rights to all DC characters. Most of them. Okay, so they're going to stop making Batman 66 figures. So
no.
Stops at 10 villains. But they even got as far as
for the toys. Okay. For a second, for a minute, I was going, Robert, for a minute, I was going, who did he create at DC?
I thought you were thinking he was thinking about that job, or McFarlane was
he was on Infinity Inc. Did he create any of those characters?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. It was already going.
All right.
Yeah.
Here's another teaser for what we're going to be seeing a lot more of. Kelly and I discussed this last night. Early 90s WCW, there is so much. Because even though it wasn't successful at all and dire at times, it was always kind of fun because it was great wrestlers. And they had a ton of syndicated shows.
Yes, there's so
Turner.
much
It was still Turner. There was so much out there.
And you get your fucking Terry Taylor in again, John.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
York Foundation.
This is the York Foundation. This is Terrence Taylor.
Yes.
Terrence Taylor.
Terrence Taylor was my father. Call me Terry.
Yeah, no, it's
8-Ball coming through.
Big Josh and the Z-Man.
6-man tag champs.
And you know what? Everyone in this fucking ring right now, everyone except Zank is great.
That's true. There is only one crappy wrestler.
There is only one Tom Zink.
Hey, look, there's one crappy gimmick too, because Big Josh was the shits of a fucking gimmick. He's a fucking lumberjack. It stinks. What's your name?
Would be
Big
the inspiration for our friend
PWF character,
yeah, and trampoline wrestling. For whatever reason, he wanted to be Big Josh.
Yeah.
But it wasn't exactly Big Josh. He had a furry vest.
Yeah, he had a furry vest.
It was mostly just the name.
Yeah. It's pretty funny, yeah.
I loved the York Foundation gimmick is they took all these guys who were baby faces and they all one by one turned heel with Alexandra York as like the woman of the 90s with the computer, you see, to use the computer and to show they were now serious kind of Wall Street assholes. They slicked back their hair and they used their entire first name. So it's Thomas Rich, Richard Morton, Terrence Taylor.
Yeah.
And there was, but it all started with a Rotundo, was it? He was a
Michael Wall Street.
Yeah.
And then he left to take the WWF money.
Yeah.
And Terry was the next one, Terrence Taylor.
And Smarks everywhere to still complain that Ricky Morton didn't commit to it because he didn't cut his mullet. And I was like, well, he slicked it back and put it in a ponytail a lot of the time. Holy shit. Speaking of smoke shows. Speaking of smoke shows.
Yeah.
Alexandra York, aka Terry.
Now, was she married to Dustin by this point?
No.
No? They,
don't think so.
but it would have the relationship. I'm assuming had started by this
A
point.
nice crossbody and a couple of nice drop kicks from Tom Zink there.
Tom Zank is not. He doesn't stink.
I'm gonna
The
start sneaking
definition
in
of
some
bland.
Zinks to counter all your Taylors. I'm gonna start
Uh-huh.
sneaking in some Zinks into.
I mean,
these
he's been
playlists.
in a lot of good matches, like with the Can-Am connection, and then
Right, but he's always
him
the
and
least.
Brian Pillman had an awesome match in
Yeah,
1992.
he's always the least interesting guy in the
Yeah, he
ring.
was just vanilla.
And also, Z-Man is one of the worst fucking names of all time as well. It actively made me angry at the time because I watched more WCW at those off years. The only wrestling I really watched was WCW, and I'm like, and to hear
He
Gary
was
Michael,
all over. Yeah.
yeah, Gary Michael Capetta announcing, he's like, the names of these guys, because they fucked up all the names. He was like, Flying Brian and the Z-Man. I'm like, that is so lame.
Yeah.
It's so fucking lame.
U.S. Tag Team Champions. This is when they had so many belts.
Oh, yeah. But then they were having like really good matches with the Midnight Express. Like, so I was just like, ugh. And I don't know if it was just some of my early 20s homophobia, but Pillman's tiny little leopard trunks disturbed me. I was like, come
Cincinnati
on. Put some,
Bengals.
yeah, his Bengals, his tiny Bengals trunks. I was like, come on, put some pants on, dude. That's underwear.
Cover up those Bengals, will you?
Yeah, cover up the Bengals.
The ladies loved them.
Speaking of Tom Zink, have any of you guys ever tried to listen to?
Hey, I'm a big Josh fan.
I
Sorry.
do a lot of driving. Have any of you guys tried to listen to something called the Stick to Wrestling podcast?
I
No.
have
Heard
listened
of
to
it,
it in the
yeah.
past. Yep.
And it's I'm not going to get into a rant, but
John McAdam.
he constantly talks about if you'd given him the book, he could have made Tom Zink the top heel wrestler in WCW in 1991.
Interesting.
Hilarious.
I mean, that was a tease. I think, wasn't it teased that Zink would be the next member of the York Foundation? But
I believe, yeah.
yeah,
Thomas,
because they
clearly.
were always recruiting guys.
Thomas Zink. Yeah.
They recruited Morton for a long time, Tommy Rich for a long time. Dustin Rhodes was also
Thomas
offered a
J.
spot.
Zink, Esquire.
I don't know what you could do with Dustin Rhodes exactly.
Dr. Thomas Zink, Chiropodist.
See, like Thomas.
If I
Zink
were
would have
you,
been
I'd invest in Zink.
biggest Josh. I don't know.
Biggest Joshua? Biggest Joshua?
Joshua Maximus.
Big Joshua.
Joshua Maximus.
Big Joshua just went to the top of the fucking chart.
What do you do with PN News in the York Foundation?
Peter
Yeah,
Nicholas News.
Oh, I was going to say.
Oh, there's like another good punch. We're getting a lot of good punches tonight.
You can fantasy book the whole WCW 1991 roster. It's York Foundation members.
All of them.
Sting.
Lawrence Zabisco.
Oh,
What about Sting?
Robert.
Mr. Stinger.
But Cactus Jack at work.
Cactus John.
Cactus Jonathan.
Cactus John.
Jonathan
Kind of
of
did that
Cacti.
later in
Full
WWF.
name of Vader, Big Van.
Big Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt. Fuck, Big Josh has come to play
Yeah.
tonight, man.
Big time.
Well, I mean, it's fucking what's his name? It's Matt,
Matt
Bourne,
Bourne.
dude.
Yeah,
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 one
he's
of the greats.
Great wrestler.
But just what a shitty gimmick.
Well, this is when they were trying to do WWF style
Oh,
gimmicks, but failing.
but it wasn't the first time in 1990.
Laptop.
Yeah, the
Laptops in ring.
laptop.
Yes, sir. Because they couldn't actually afford a laptop, so it's not.
It's just the keyboard.
Yeah.
We're just not. So
And it was always it always made me laugh because she was like, my computer says here's how we're gonna definitely win this match, and it never worked. And I'm like,
Yeah.
it was a statement on
So
fucking
much for AI.
yeah.
Does this thing have heart?
And this would be a feud for quite a while with these
Like,
two
dude, unsuccessful years WCW is awesome because
Yeah.
because so much of it sucks. The production sucks, the gimmicks suck, the booking it sometimes makes no sense. But there is a roster of amazing
Great
fucking
roster.
wrestlers.
Yeah, I
and
know.
when something is good, it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And so much of
Bonk.
it is hard to collect. I mean, like, you'd think for stuff in like
Bink.
1991, 1992, but like, I can't get complete sets of like Pro and Worldwide and
Oof. They had so many shows.
There's a lot of it on YouTube.
There was the
Like,
Power
everything's popping
Hour.
up on YouTube. Oh,
it's
there's
not a complete thing.
dude, I flipped through like so many Power Hours on YouTube. It's all fucking out there.
Flipping true damn power.
But so
That was
many.
that was from Worldwide. Oh, I know this.
Do you know this one?
Oh yes, look,
this was
Lance
a
Russell.
random
Lance
stumble upon.
Russell is a preacher here.
Yeah. I know. Angelic.
Into the music and all.
Like a John Biner monologue from Bizarre.
But yeah, this is a fun one that I randomly stumbled upon.
We appreciate that from Randy. Listen, it takes two to tango. A Southern heavyweight champion named the Dream Machine. Got some interesting footage we'd like to show you here.
No, Dream Machine was awesome.
So the song is
Orange
Alley-Oop.
background. Yeah.
Alley-oop,
This is what's
right.
gonna get us cut down. The alley. Who sings alley-oop?
Oh
They
shit!
were
You know
one-hit
what? I used to
wonder.
know it. I used to know that.
I feel like it should almost be public domain by now.
Yeah.
I think it was a #1 hit, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, it was on every Dick Clark's '50s collection.
Kevin has seen this.
But the reason I found this was I've been big
Got a
into the
broomstick?
old newspaper strips from the 30s and 40s, and I was researching the Alley-Oop strip.
And you found wrestling? All your algorithms.
Yeah, it
all
led
of
me
your
to the song. The
all of your
Wikipedia page.
algorithms came together at the same time.
The Wikipedia page for Alley-Oop led me to the song, and then on the song, it mentioned the song was used in a wrestling angle in Memphis in
That's
1980
fantastic.
or whatever. And I was like, oh, really?
Is that Wayne Ferris?
Yeah, maybe.
He probably.
Oh, what a bump!
Okay,
No,
the band's name was the
That's Steve Kern.
The band's name was the Hollywood Argyles.
Yes, the Hollywood Argyles. But it was covered by a bunch of different.
Argyles, yeah.
That was the original.
Oh,
So
and
I don't know. Was it Dream Machine's song or why was this? Steven
I have
song?
no idea, maybe, but Dream Machine was one of the great wrestlers who never left Memphis.
Let's go. Let's go, alley-oop, baby. Yeah, man. Oh, boy. It's really picking up tonight.
Kevin Sullivan, I think. Right? Yeah.
Dream Machine wrestled with the mask. He wrestled without the mask.
Yeah.
He was Dirty Rhodes, I think, as well.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Because he did a spot on Dusty Rhodes impression.
Yeah.
So they got he bleached his hair and he was Dirty Rhodes.
Yeah. No, he was a great worker.
Oh, an amazing worker.
Look at that hot stepping. Look at that big man go.
And he was also he was like this kind of baby face at first, but when he went heel, he was a vicious heel.
Yes. Well, just keep watching. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I just remember the title of what we're watching here.
No, watch very closely. Let's watch.
He's such a nice, lovable guy.
As you well saw there. And sometimes was like that comic book character, the Dream Machine, who is the current Southern heavyweight champ, as a matter of fact.
He's a caveman, not smart. Like Ali.
Jesus, oh wow!
You think that's funny? Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, I get it.
It's because he was laughing about the alley-oop.
No, and that they even showed that video. He was a heel here being managed by.
That was his baby face.
So they made a video making fun of him.
You will be turned in feathers. I'll kill you, Lawler. Nobody makes me look like a cartoon.
Oh, Lawler sent in the video.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
You'll pay that you won't wrestle here today and tomorrow and no other time.
Well, he took Lance down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's as physical as Lance ever got.
Look, he's still keeping. Lance is still keeping his composure.
Idiot.
Here, baby,
Lance-
sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, baby.
Lance
and
Russell.
that's adding another dimension to it was Jimmy Hart taking it seriously because he was a heel at the time.
Right.
Lance
That was
Russell
awesome.
wears a suit like DeForest Kelly. Skinny old white man.
So
All right,
there's
back to Joshi, baby.
yep. This is a double main event tonight. This is the first one. Big tag match. It's the Crush Gals versus Bull Nakano and Dump Matsumoto. I believe this is the first time Dump and Chigusa Nagayo were in the same ring after the famous hair versus hair match that we watched a few months ago. And it's the finals of a tag league tournament.
Cool.
So of course it'll be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is a good enough part of the show to mention this. I got ticket. Like I could get anyone to go with me to this. Queen of the Ring, Sunday afternoon. I booked my ticket and then found out about my nephew's tournament because my family always forgets to tell me anything to plan for. And so the Sunday game I'm not going to be able to go to because I'm like, well, I'm going to see this movie because it's getting decent reviews.
74% on Rotten Tomatoes.
But I still don't think this is staying in the theaters much long after more than a week.
Cool.
So I'm like, I'm going to go see this.
Oh, yeah, it'll be short
Yeah.
short run in the theaters. They did an angle I saw at the premiere with.
Yeah, AEW did an angle with it because originally they were WWF was going to work. He was going to work with them, and they pulled for some reason. So they went, the other way. So good, whatever. Give other people.
I mean, I
although Naomi's in it.
I doubt it's playing in Chilliwack.
Naomi's in it, but it might have been done. They might have filmed it before.
She was back. Yeah, good point.
I'm not
probably.
Sure.
DNA.
But what I've been reading is it's fun. I read a few reviews and there's a lot of like, it's gonna be a lot of girl power. I know what I'm getting into. Biopic shit that you would probably hate, Travis, right?
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, I'm in for a penny, in for a pound. Here.
I think the wrestling scenes will be really good, though.
That's what I'm there for.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like, hey, Walton Goggins is in this. There's a pretty good cast, but Emily Rickard is getting great reviews, which shocked me just because I'm like, you don't see any sort of big transition from what were you most famous for? Third on the call sheet for Arrow for 8 years.
Yeah.
And then
she's given a chance now. And from BC.
Awesome.
Good Canadian girl.
And I mean, there's a boom connection with that movie.
Yeah. Brady trained her
in your ring.
Right.
And in the boomerang.
Well, there you go.
And
you got to support good wrestling movies. There's so few of them.
And I'll tell you this, one of the reviews I read.
Have you not seen Hammerhead Jones?
Yeah. Travis, I'll tell you, one of the things I read, you can tell Brady this, I'm sure, although I'm sure he's read it. They said that she really impressed in the ring. They were just like, oh, look, this actress like really looks like she was trained well and has learned how to do this. I read that and I was like,
cool. Yeah, I'm sure he would have loved it. He's in Spain right now. That's why the dogs are with us.
Oh, nice.
Cierro Miedo, did you just say?
And I once again highly recommend the book if you ever have a chance. Queen of the Ring, it's great.
Cool. Gavin's got tickets as well.
Speaking of wrestling movies, so like about a month ago, while just like Saturday afternoon, just clean the room, put it on. I was like, I'm gonna watch Iron Claw again, of all things.
Yeah.
And
since the first came out.
Well, with some distance and more of a critical eye than when I went and saw it. And again, I'm like, I can't believe this. A great wrestling movie.
Mm-hmm.
But seeing it with more of a critical eye, I was like, well, a lot of the faults kind of out here.
I haven't seen it again, but I mean, totally
still good with some
Yeah.
great performances, but just from like movie stuff,
yeah,
and not the as much and not just the geeky shit about like, well, this is not the way it looked, which believe me, Kelly, eats at the back of my brain every time. I'm like going, well, that's not no.
I know. Well, they had to compress everything into like 1 year instead of 3 or 4. But
I mean, they completely left out that Kerry was like walking to get a hamburger on his hurt leg, and
so I don't know exactly what's happening right now, but it's supposed to be Dump. I guess it is, but they're just under masks for some reason. Dump and Bull.
there's probably a reason we are not aware.
Yeah, that we don't know because we don't speak Japanese.
Or also the two on the outside.
Yeah, because it was this. Well, they were
There's
always
Bull.
a big gang.
Yep.
Right. So that's Dump or
Yeah.
Bull.
Oh yeah. Yes. Fuck yeah. No selling just like fucking Brody earlier.
And you can
Standing
see
as press.
Chigusa has barely got any hair, so this is not very long at all after the hair match.
It's like if I was going to come up with what this mask thing was, would be like they agreed to wrestle so and so these masked new characters, and they're like got to prove who they
Yeah, well,
are.
that would be like your American style angle.
Is this a Doom? Is this a Doom versus Steiner's?
I don't know.
Where you obviously know who these people are under the mask.
Yeah, exactly. There was no mystery,
right?
But it fits if you knew the context of the story and all that. It would make
Well, no,
sense.
There's Japanese people watching with us. How can you not tell?
Because wasn't the match the hair match where there was a fake dump at first, remember? And
oh, hold on a second, dude. There's nothing worse than having to go, and then suddenly it's a fake dump.
Fake
oh
dump.
man,
especially when you've woken up early in the morning. That sucks. That's the fucking worst.
Really, in the morning I don't have any fake dumps. I have my real ones.
Oh, man. When it happens, it's rare.
Real.
I wash the dishes and then that's pretty much
time
the next thing.
Like clockwork.
LED poops.
Like clockwork.
Yeah, I'm very regular.
As soon as he puts down that sponge, it's go time.
Whoa! Nice.
Oh shit!
Crowd is crazy.
Oh, I get it. And there's a gang, so you never know who it is. Sort of a thing going on with their cronies.
Yeah,
pretty great. Like
it's
a bunch of slam boys out there.
Huge advantage for the heels. Robert, do you have much experience with 80s Joshi or any Joshi?
Really? No, not really. No, to a great extent. I have to say, I don't want to sound like Vince Russo or something because I've watched a fair amount of men's Japanese wrestling.
What, bro? You got to drop bro a lot more, dude.
Sentence without bro.
Holy shit!
I'm mostly stuck with North American stuff. I got to admit, that's probably 85% of what I've seen.
Yeah. Oh, I'm. It's just in the last year that I've gotten into it. After wanting to for years, because I love it. Anything that I see, it's just great.
Hey, I saw the report that's circulating now. A story might come out that Lindsey Graham hired a few slam boys.
Yeah,
a few years back
as well. Could we find like there's got to be some weekly TV too, right? That would be fun.
Yeah.
We could like watch we could find like a spot that's known for a good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
We're gonna be shocked. We're gonna be shocked that all the non-wrestling stuff is the same silly bullshit like Glow, but Japanese. It'd be just, what the fuck is going on?
Or like Indianapolis. They have a psychiatrist office.
Bruiser's
Bruiser Bedlam.
Oh, what a great!
It's the same cast. What the fuck? Fuck yeah! Look at that. Jesus Christ, that's a nasty pin attempt. No, sir. I love it. Ooh. What you got? Oh, nunchucks.
Yeah,
It was
that
a
was
couple sticks
Bull's
sticks of dynamite for a second.
signature weapon was nunchuck.
They're chanting CM Punk.
Yeah.
You know.
And once again, and now that I'm seeing it again, Kelly, because I remember questioning this last time. I was like, are there any rules in this Joshi
Kind of
at
like
this time?
ECW.
And yeah,
basically.
we just saw it again. So yeah, I get it now. Okay.
Yeah, don't think too much about it.
I do, Kelly. I have to think too much about wrestling. Okay.
Well, it's like when we were surprised.
That's all I got.
In the early days of Titans, we were surprised when chairs would get used.
I thought that was the ref for a second. That was kicking.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Those late 70s WWF stuff, we saw so much where like, oh, they're on tables, chairs are being used. The referee's just like, get in the ring.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine. Yeah. Give them leeway. It's pro wrestling, for fuck's sakes. It's not like Vince when he was
Referee's
booking matches
discretion.
to be.
That's my table.
Look,
give me back my table. Hey, I paid good money for this table.
100 yen. 100 yen for this goddamn table.
That poor guy.
Just total chaos always.
Holy shit.
Always with the
bedpan
garbage can or whatever it is.
Jesus Christ.
Always used. In the dump Netflix series, it's part of all the matches too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice touch that they.
How many episodes is that?
I want to say 8, but maybe more.
Could
the
Nora
garbage
watch
can
it?
is 7th on the call sheet.
Yeah. I mean, there's blood, but
that's
there's no sex or anything out of
out.
control.
I'm out.
Okay.
Other than lesbian orgy scene.
Okay, I'm back in. Anything
I
without
love
swinging dicks.
The gear of the young lionesses is radical.
Look at this. Now, how many people are in there?
You need to come up with something better than young lionesses because you sound like a gas leak.
Wow. Bullets.
Bull was
Wow,
like
that hair is
18
sexy
years
as
old.
Yeah, she's it's fucking stunner, man.
Oof, baby.
Yeah. We're all thinking it.
I know. She's my favorite Joshi wrestler too.
Yeah, I hear you.
Dump just totally Godzilla.
Is this gonna keep going?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, rad.
This is just a momentary speed bump.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a beer. Beer back.
Come right back. Second fall. Oh, it's just the two of us now. Oh, I was going to show you this earlier that I picked up, Robert, at a bookstore, used bookstore yesterday for the United Underworld.
Nice. What is it?
It's Batman the Dailies, so the newspaper strips, 1943 to 1946.
Yep, I've read some of those. They're
yeah, this is the whole thing is huge. Only $20.
They ever reprinted, Kelly? Because I know they did Batman '89 as a daily too, where like,
oh, did they?
Well, it's weird too because it's the plot of the movie, but with the Kenny O'Neill, Neil Adams style art for the characters.
Okay.
And then so Joker doesn't die. Instead, he falls into he falls off the Gotham Cathedral into the water.
Okay.
So he back later on in the arc, and it was a daily strip from like 89, 90, 91.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I have DC Infinite, the app that they have, and it's on there, but I haven't read it yet. I haven't tried any of those actually. There's Superman 78. There's Wonder Woman 77. But yeah, I should try one of those now that you mentioned it.
They just announced another book in the between Batman and Batman Returns series that they've been doing.
Oh, really?
with Max Schreck now set in the fourth. It's set in the summer, I think, before Batman Returns.
Hey, Max, is my gigantic son Chip there? Not
think-
Chip, not Chip.
I listened to a podcast recently. It was originally the plan. It was going to be Two-Face.
Yeah, that was supposed to be Harvey Dent.
That was going to be Billy D. Williams as Two-Face, and that's why it's a character that didn't exist in the Batman comic book universe, because it was kind of a last-second change.
I've said for years what they should have done, and this is my you know, mileage may vary on what you think of the Danny DeVito Penguin or the Tommy Lee Jones Two-Face. What they should have done is have Burton do Catwoman and Two-Face, and then have Penguin be the other villain in Batman Forever. I think it would have worked better as far as
Ooh.
You could have done a much comic accurate, goofy Penguin and you could have had a much more serious.
I liked weird, gross fucking Penguin.
Yeah,
that whole
I
weird fucking mess.
Yeah.
I fucking love, especially.
But I see the argument for sure.
Mm-hmm, I do too. It's not a perfect movie, but it's still really good.
Especially my son Chip.
I mean, Christopher Walken is great, so you can't.
He's great. He's like, Bruce Wayne, why are you dressed up as Batman?
You could be worse. My nose could be gushing blood.
Oh, doomsday device.
Yeah. Okay, look at that nasty pin too. Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Had to be a 3 count.
Doing the little things, yeah.
So we're tied at 1 fall apiece now.
All right.
Do you need your nunchucks full? It's the same referee from the hair match too.
Oh, okay.
So that must be a big part of the story. The Mexican ref.
By the way, we haven't mentioned those masks are fucking dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Man. Fuck.
Can't you make it?
That's
I
awesome.
don't think so.
Got our translators.
It just
the United Nations translators.
Yeah.
Seriously, that someone needs to recreate that at a wrestling show. What those girls are wearing. Those Nike shoes, everything is so fucking cool. What year is this?
85.
85. Feels ahead of its time.
Oh, it was totally ahead of its time.
I've just meant the outfits, but yeah.
Well, everything about it.
Yeah. You're
Like
right.
the wrestling.
The haircut, the haircut here, very ahead of its time, Trev.
Yeah.
You know, unless you were a prisoner of war, just 20 years earlier, or 30.
I will say, if Kevin's still around, I'm wearing a Calgary Cannons hat tonight because Foothill Stadium was demolished.
Oh,
and it was just like really unceremonious, man.
That sucks. That's what they're gonna. That's what they're gonna call Kelly when he visits there.
Well, Travis worked there. I went to many baseball games.
My
there.
grandparents had their seats. Like, if we would have known, we would have tried to have got them.
It was a Calgary had a AAA team, Johnny.
Yeah,
the Cannons were AAA. Seattle Mariners.
We got to see Ken Griffey Jr.
No, Griffey. Well, he never played officially.
Yeah, but his dad was there. No. But they came for one game, an exhibition game. Yeah. We still talk about this, and he wouldn't sign anything.
And
for our buddy Kevin Clarkson, and his dad Michael Clarkson said
reporter
to Ken
for the Calgary Herald
at the time, said to Ken Griffey Sr., "Hey Ken, your son's an asshole." And Ken Griffey Sr. said, "So's your mama."
That was talked about endlessly for years.
Yeah.
But we got to see Tino Martinez, Jay Buhner.
Yeah, Danny Tartable.
Tartable, Edgar
Oh,
Martinez must
nice.
have been there too.
Harold Reynolds. Yeah, Edgar was there for a while. Michael Brantley before, or no, Mickey Brantley, who
A-Rod was there.
the
briefly.
father of Michael Bradley. Yeah.
Oh, gee. I've been to my fair share of minor league games. I don't know if I ever saw anyone who went on to anything.
Oh, really? Well, that was this. They were the Mariners AAA team, and so in
Amazing.
the 90s,
Kevin telling me that he met Robert O'Connor at PWG in LA, and he was wearing a Danny Tartable Calgary Cannons jersey, and he lost it. That's insane, man. I would freak out. I would freak out if I saw something like that in Los Angeles.
Travis and I went to a game where Fernando Valenzuela pitched and got rocked.
Yeah.
First two batters hit home runs.
Home runs, and the third one was like a deep foul tip, and then they just pulled him.
Okay, so was this at the
he was pitching
end
for
of
the
his
Angels.
career?
Yeah, he was with the Angels.
It was part of his rehab,
come back. Yeah.
And it sold out, man. People are like, it's Fernando Mania all over again.
We couldn't believe it. First
I think he threw like 4 pitches, man. It was crazy.
Okay, it was a joke on. It was dead. Then it was definitely a joke on the Tonight Show. Right after that, because
Carson.
Johnny loved the Fernando joke. Oh, speaking of bombs, Fernando in Calgary.
They're comparing it. I don't want to say it was a bomb, but they're comparing it to Ishtar.
Years later, I saw.
You are correct, sir.
I saw Eddie Murray play for the Albuquerque Dukes. I think it was his last year in the majors.
Sammy Sosa for the.
The Dukes.
But this was when he had already had 20
The
years.
Dukes is a name for the Dukes is a name for a professional sports team that needs to see some sort of a resurgence here. That's a hell of a name.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go.
The old PCL was
here we go.
Full of great.
Hawaiian Islanders,
motherfucker to death.
Hawaii Islanders. I remember.
Colorado Springs had a team.
Sky Sox, the Colorado Springs.
Tacoma Toros.
Kevin's got an Albuquerque Dukes shirt. Is that in Ebbets Field?
That was the Dodgers AAA team.
Man.
So she just choked her out with a chain.
Yeah. Crazy.
And this young schoolgirl is not having any of this shit.
Fuck you. Yeah. It's awesome. It's great. Punches. It's a nice theme. They're great.
Stiff,
punches, yeah.
I'm wondering.
We choked her out.
I'm wondering if that girl goes on to be anybody, because that seemed odd.
I think that. I agree. Or like they were setting something up. Tacoma Tigers, as you mentioned in there, Kevin. The Edmonton Trappers, Vancouver Canadians were in the PCL at the time, which is Vancouver. The Vancouver Canadians now are single A, but they're the only remaining affiliated Canadian team. Like that's crazy. Like there's semi-pro ball in all over Canada, but the only team that's still affiliated with the major leagues are the Vancouver Canadians.
Yeah, and it's single A too.
Yeah,
it was a golden era, man. All those AAA teams. Ottawa had a AAA team.
The Lynx.
Was it the International League?
I guess it sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah. Too bad. They were Montreal's AAA team.
Yeah. Trying to remember
Portland Beavers.
Teams. Yes, of course, the Portland Beavers. Yes. Oh man.
Yeah, man. Last time I was in Portland, boy, I can't get enough of them Portland Beavers. You know what I'm saying?
I had an hour to kill when my wife was taking a nap when we were in Portland before our dinner reservation. I think I've told you the story. And I just walked up and there was just a strip club that was open. I was like, yeah, that's why I'll go in and
it was called Portland Beavers.
That's what reminded me of it, dude.
All right.
Funny because that's a Canadian, like beaver, such a Canadian animal.
And man, I sat down and the woman who all of a sudden came on stage performed for me and me only in a way that was more physical than I would have really expected.
I've heard this story.
Yeah. And then I just like finished my beer and like gave her $5. And I'm like, is that too much? Is that too little? I don't know. What am I doing here? And I got the fuck out of
that beer. The beer wasn't the only thing that finished. That's why he left so fast. Okay. I worked at a strip club for 7 years. I've seen the guys like leave immediately after getting a private dance. And like, oh, did something happen, honey?
Gotta change my shorts.
Just frightened me. Also, I had to.
You
I was on
you just
vacation with
emptied
my
your
wife.
wallet. You gave me your credit card.
Yes, yes.
Pictures of your kid.
On
Just take it
vacation with
all.
my wife. I didn't want to. I'm saving things up, man.
As the strains of black velvet are bellowing over.
Why is this being allowed to continue?
Yeah, who
That's
knows?
just
There's no
how
rules.
it is.
No rules. Okay.
I mean, there's rules,
Beginning to
but
think there are
there's
no
a lot of
rules.
leeway, and
Yeah.
that's how I look at it.
Mm-hmm. It's just chaos.
It's pro wrestling. You got to let them do their thing.
Oof.
Wow, yeah, man. Yeah, man. Just pro wrestling, dude.
I mean, men's Japanese wrestling was very much the same at this time.
Yeah, man. Well, but you can bring a trash barrel into the ring to bash him with.
Well, they had the thing with the weapons, and that was to make them stand out from the men. They consciously did things that would be different.
I mean, it's just essentially it's what we'd call the hardcore wrestling.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
these
yeah.
were, and I'm sure it wasn't every fucking match. We've just watched some.
No.
Yeah.
Where,
Oh no. Most matches were, serious sport style wrestling. The main events, this whole thing was, I mean, it was so emotional.
And they both feel like, what have we gotten ourselves into?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
he's
mean,
fucked up.
like this
guy's
time
hair
and
is
space
disturbing.
or whatever place for Japanese wrestling.
All the
was
breaks are crazy.
Yeah.
I love that they need 18
There's your
children.
wild eyes.
Look at this guy. This
Same
guy's seen
time.
it all. This guy's hair's all fucked up, ties disheveled.
Is it finally over? I think maybe it is.
Wild.
Oh, is
Continue.
this a like sort of a Texas death match?
Well, it's the final of a tag tournament. I don't know.
Well, right, because it keeps happening. Like, oh, they have to take a break, and can they get up? And can they get up? Is there something like that going on?
I think it's been determined she can't continue,
Okay.
but I'm not 100% sure. Oh, well, she's being carried. Yeah. Yeah, because she was hurt,
right.
I think, from the Doomsday device.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
You know
also,
what?
they're both being carried.
You know
from
what?
the
That was awesome, but I'm gonna have to say, kind of a flat finish.
ring.
I think
Yeah,
that's a
but
flat
this
finish.
wasn't. I mean, there was.
I know there's
major-
definitely more to come.
Yeah.
But there's, I don't know. There's a way to do it. That kind of felt a little flat
Right.
to me.
I
but-
think. Well, if we were able to understand,
I do think-
unlike the heels in the ring, flat.
I think there was something lost in translation.
Yeah.
No, dude, wrestling booking is not really lost in translation. I was like, no, I see what they're doing here, and the presentation felt a little flat.
Yeah, it's
as far as like
No, I agree.
The work throughout the entire thing, top notch.
Yeah, I picked it because it was the continuation of the feud.
Oh, right, and that's
But
what
I
it's
didn't-
supposed to be.
I
It's,
didn't know what the
they
finish
get a trophy they have to give back.
Mm-hmm. Garbage being thrown in the ring too.
Yeah, because awkward, flat or not, now this crowd is just like, fuck you, gorgeous
Mhm.
woman.
Oh yeah, I mean the Crush Gals were Hulk Hogan level popular in Japan at this time.
Just taking out kneecaps. Doesn't give a fuck. How you feel, Grandma? You want
You
one?
nerd. Got something to say? Dork?
This is my boomstick.
Total badasses.
Look at that. Look at that swagger.
Mm-hmm.
Great heels.
Oh yeah, Dump was just an amazing heel. So here's a special one too. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet. I haven't. I've been saving it. It's from the Vault. A dark match from 1995.
Hakushi versus Brett in a
Bret
cage.
Hart
Yeah,
in
all
a
right.
cage,
This is
yeah.
what we'll see.
No.
This is our first attempt at
Yeah, we'll give it a shot.
at
Yeah.
a vault, and we'll see if this
Mhm.
makes it through.
Well, yeah, maybe not, but
Yeah,
anyway.
If not, we'll add it onto the Patreon, right?
yeah.
I need
Which, if
an
it happens,
excuse to
only the
watch this.
people on the Patreon are hearing this. And doesn't that make you happy? You $5 a month wonderful motherfuckers.
So
And
neither of
if
you
this
guys
does
have
make
seen
it,
this?
hold on. If it does make it past YouTube, you non $5 a month, you're not so fucking wonderful. Join the Patreon. $5 a month. We've got tons of footage.
Yeah.
It's like Mad Magazine, 40 cents. Cheap.
You're cheap.
$5. Cheap.
I remember, I think my dad or my grandfather or someone once looked at me reading a Mad when I was a kid, and I think maybe said $1.25 cheap, and went, cheap.
Hilarious. That's funny.
Well, that's the joke.
Brett has a lot of good things to say about Hakushi.
Oh yeah. I've read in the book. I've read it on the toilet like multiple times. The greatest bathroom book of all time.
Seeing Hakushi, does it create some sort of oral sensation where you start to smell?
I might have to go take a shit.
I've got to go. Involuntary.
No, I was watching at this time, and as terrible as it was, there was just like a few things that just jumped off the screen. Brett obviously, but he'd been there. Hakushi was just like, "What the fuck is this? This guy's great." I love the fake tattoos.
Yep. Yeah, there was some neat, and we just watched Joshi. There was some great Joshi in WWF in 1995.
Right.
I'll always hate that fucking cage. I don't like the.
Yeah, it's also super low.
It hasn't aged well, that's for sure. I think for me, it's because there was never blood associated with this cage.
Yeah, but okay, it's the one where there's no blood associated with it, but it's the one that hurts the most for the guys inside.
Yeah, yeah.
Here, get this off of me.
It smells like Canadian.
Get this off of me. I'm starting to feel smarter.
All right. Where was this? This was, I think, July 25th, 1995.
95, after we had graduated.
Yeah. They had a great match at the first In Your House.
Yeah, this is, I think, a little bit after the second In Your House. Too.
Yeah. And this hadn't been released until a few months ago, right? Okay. The WWE Vault channel is putting out some pretty cool stuff.
I saw one of the great Twitter responses to a dumbass today about all these YouTube releases that the WWE Vault is doing, and there's like, so wait, why is everyone so excited about something that's been on Peacock forever? It was like, because this is free, stupid.
Yeah. But this wasn't on Peacock. This was.
Nope.
Yeah,
totally
that too.
Unseen.
But I see this like someone like, so wait, everyone's getting excited about a bunch of stuff that's like kind of already out there if you already own it. I'm like, yeah, because it's fucking free. I'm thinking, what is wrong with you motherfuckers?
They're idiots. So yeah, July 25th, 1995, 2 days before my 18th birthday.
Oh.
Evansville, Indiana is the location.
Oh, that place stinks.
There's definitely somewhere they went a lot.
That is a tiny version of the blue cage, right? The bars don't look quite as.
Well, look at how old that is, though. Look how battered paint is.
Right.
They only had one.
Oh, it'll sell more toys, and Hogan can climb it.
Yeah, you can climb it. And that was, and it also it's easier to see through, I guess.
Yeah. Is it?
Is it still just the era? The era of everything was blue. That's what Parv used to say.
Well, yeah, because it's like Vince's favorite
color. Different shades of blue.
Blue mats on the outside. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Luke
loved that
Cage.
song.
Blue.
Uh-huh.
I'm blue.
When I first started working at the strip club, that was in the rotation.
Nice.
Girls fucking stripped to that fucking song.
And no commentary, of course.
Yeah. Right.
Well, this clearly wasn't.
Well, I'd wait until after the song was almost over, Kelly, and then
This would have been probably
I'm sorry.
the build.
That song sucked.
Oh, believe me, after about 5 years, and there was only like a couple people, we had like nobody there, I would often get on the microphone and be like, well, that fucking song sucks.
Hilarious.
But I was beloved by all the ladies, so they knew they took it all just fine. Like, I was not a big fan of Lil Wayne. Everyone wanted Lil Wayne. There was one album came out, I was like, because it was so big, and I was like, this is not dance music. It's not. You can't dance to this. The customers aren't getting jazzed for it. I know you guys all love this, but it kind of sucks. And in the end, I still played it because I was like, they have to tip me at the end of the night. So I just give my advice. I'm like, well, if this is what you fucking want, go out there and have no rhythm.
Ooh, there we go.
Nice
Bret Hart,
Beauty
Bulldog.
of a bulldog.
The same thing
See
when
that off the middle rope.
What is that version of techno that was around for a bit? It sounded like robots raping each other. That like suddenly I was playing a bunch of that shit.
Industrial.
No, fuck.
Dubstep.
Dubstep.
Right.
Oh. Yeah, I ignored.
It sounded like C-3PO being assaulted. Like,
oh, it's pillow. Yeah.
I'm gonna open the store up for the pups again.
Do you remember that great bit? Like, I remember that great bit that because sometimes like goofy shit, like especially in this era of WWF, we're just eye rolling to me in wrestling. But Hakushi pulling out a fake decapitated head of Bret Hart out of a bag in the middle of the fucking ring on Raw while the spotlight was on him. I remember going, that's fucking cool. I was like, that was fucking cool.
In the middle of all these like Nickelodeon aesthetic that they had.
Duke the Dumpster Drosy is the garbage man. And like, and he was like,
Godwin.
A decapitated Bret Hart. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, by the end of the year, they were starting to get a little bit more gritty or adult or whatever.
I was watching. It was a slow.
It
was
Gold
slower
dust.
than you'd think, but I remember noticing it, thinking, "What's going on here?" And then when it all went there, like that's why, like I have great memories of especially the early years of watching all the Attitude Era shit because I was just like, "This is fucking awesome. What the fuck is this?" You know, I'm loving it. This is entertaining as fuck. It's unwatchable now, but 97 though, and parts of 98 were really, really
Oh
good.
yeah, the best parts was when it was the transition from the cartoon era to the adult era.
And even in 99, for me in 99, I'm like, whatever, but that's also when Mick Foley is like on top.
Yeah.
So that's what,
there was good stuff, but it got to, it just was everything.
You know what it was? Here's the thing. You know what it was also? It was weekly disposable television that's not meant to go back and be rewatched.
Definitely not. And the crowds were weird then. They would usually just pop for, promos and entrances, and the matches would be totally dead.
Yeah. Was Hakushi a main eventer anywhere else?
Not in North America.
I know he was, Japan. I don't know.
I don't know if he was a main eventer, but he was
still wrestling once in a great while.
Yeah.
Really
cool.
This was that era of when they were like, okay, Diesel's gonna be champ or whatever. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
and Brett had to just like work with guys,
Mm-hmm.
like he's like as a version kind of the Undertaker, just find shit for Brett to do, and the Hakushi feud was. I remember watching. I'm like, this shit's great. Like I knew. I'm like, wow, this is so much better than everything else. Didn't last that long, but it was there. And then Brett had that like the ridiculous feud with fucking the pirate.
Jean-Pierre Lafitte.
But the matches I saw were like
He
good.
stole his jacket.
Stole his
that was-
jacket because
yeah.
he's a pirate. You see, because he's blind in one eye.
I remember when that happened. I was such a huge Brett fan. I was like, "Oh, this is rock bottom." For Brett. Like
So
he's
Kevin-
nowhere near the main event anymore.
Kevin's
It
saying he was a
sucked.
huge influence on him and Super Dragon, among others, in the Southern
Yep.
California scene.
Yeah, he
They
was.
They
yeah,
love Nishinoku Pro.
that's right.
Oh, I thought the pirate was
No.
yeah, yeah, I know he was. Yeah, wasn't this kind of an offshoot of the Jerry Lawler feud?
everything was an offshoot of the Jerry
Yeah.
Lawler.
Right.
And the Jerry Lawler feud gets a lot of shit because people are just mad that Bret Hart's not in the main event. But that Lawler feud fucking ruled. There was a lot of fun matches.
Except
The first incarnation.
the toe stuff, not so good.
No, not
that's-
that, not that. That was terrible.
And
Isaac,
DD,
that which
Isaac
led to
Yankem.
Isaac Yankem,
Isaac
right?
Yankem DDS.
But the shit that when it all started was great.
Yeah, the first year was good. Then it diminished.
Although I did love Lawler going like before that match going like there's videos of him like walking barefoot in horseman horse.
Right, yeah, that was a good touch. That was classic Lawler healing there, yeah. But that would have been right around this time that they had that match. And then that was how they introduced Isaac Yankem because
Yeah.
Lawler had to go to the dentist.
I had to go to the dentist because all that shit.
Because he kissed his own foot. I don't know how that
But no,
affected
because
he exactly.
he walked through Ebola, manure, AIDS, everything.
Jesus Christ.
All the 90s hot button things.
All of it. Dungeons and Dragons,
OJ
Satanism.
Simpson,
Yellow fever. Somehow.
Lorena Bobbitt,
Uh-huh.
the penis cut off. He stepped on that.
All of it. Amy Fisher.
Tanya Harding, skate.
Got a shovel upside the head.
I remember when the Tanya Harding thing went down, that was at a point where my wife and I had an agreement. She'd tolerate wrestling. I tolerated
You
figure
watch
skating.
figure skating.
Yep. And so I got all into it, which would annoy her because I like bitch about the scores and shit. And I'm like, oh, this bullshit. And I'd be like, kind of like, this fruity bullshit. Why is this? He's getting points because he's being more dramatic. That was like Elvis Stoico from Canada. I'm like, he's great. And like,
Yeah,
but he's
he
not
was
an artist.
robbed
I'm
the
like,
gold
fuck
medal.
that. He was a goddamn fucking rock star. He was a jock. I liked, there's a jock doing this and not a theater student.
And
Great.
he had the best music. Bruce
Awesome.
Lee.
I love that
from the
Bruce Lee
movie.
bit. Yeah, it was great.
The Dragon. Yeah.
From that movie that is not good, but
No,
I
it's not.
love.
The
I've
music
watched
is
it, but
awesome.
I've probably seen it 5 times.
I saw it, a lot.
Lauren
As a
Holly
kid.
is a
Yes.
fucking smoke show.
Yeah, I haven't seen it since 1994 or whatever, but I loved it back then.
I love that it was a biopic that still had scenes that were like, and here's where he, was working at a restaurant, and there's a 10-minute fight scene that's like, oh, this actually happened in his real life, that with 8 guys with knives. It's great.
Sure. Yeah. Great stuff.
We're gonna see a superplex off the cage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Reprise of the Owen Hart match.
Holy
Yeah, and then
shit.
they turned, and then Vince
Oh my God.
okay, oh, do you remember what they did? Oh, that ring has no give. Did you see
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Boom. Oh,
Cement.
that stinks.
And those tattoos are rapidly vanishing.
No, I knew they weren't fucking real. That's why I fucking call them. Pains, and Mr. Fuji had to do all that for him, and so
Yeah.
all of that is fucking just like ribs, like in Japanese, like I'm a homo. I have no dick.
Classic Fuji.
Fuji.
My crotch is so sweaty it has earwigs. I mean, all of it.
Yeah, bring it back.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's over.
But do you remember what they did with Hakushi after all this?
Yeah, he becomes
Babyface turn.
They turned him. Remember how they turned him babyface?
I know he ended up with Barry Horowitz.
He became friends with Barry Horowitz.
American Jewish culture and cooking.
Yeah. Do you remember that? Yeah. And there were
Hilarious.
vignettes of Barry Horowitz bringing Hakushi home to his Jewish mother, and showed him, and they gave him matzo ball soup, and he was very very good. I was like, and I'm watching this. God damn it!
That's it.
Hey,
bonus match. No.
Hey,
Awesome.
I'll watch that shit.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thank you, Kelly. Great fucking show.